Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Friday stream. Ooh, Friday! I'm Sanish, your corporate burnout, or take corporate crash out VTuber, here to probably just chat for like an hour or so. Ostensibly draw. I have drawing listed. We'll see. Let me get it set up at least so I can go through the motions. I got them a little behind at the moment. Let's make sure I'm actually unmuted and live. I'm unmuted. I had today's one of those days. I just want to sing break stuff. Let's get this straight up. I need a Procreate set up. Make sure my audio balances are fine. Make sure I have turned on airplane mode so I don't get like weird text messages from relatives. I don't get those anyway. Turn this in. I got my pen. Got my little drawing glove on. Got my glass of wine. The important bit. It's 4 p.m. It's fine. Oh, are you gonna work right away? Nice. Get some of this wine here. So welcome to stream. I'm running a little bit late. I crashed out at work earlier today. So I'm going on vacation for this. Roll back. I'm going to adult summer camp next week. And so as of right now, I'm on vacation from work. And I had a minor crash out today, learning some facts that negated a couple days of my work I put in, like actual honest to goodness work I put in. Turns out could have been circumvented if we just knew this one fact, and that was kind of irritating, very, very irritating. So I was on the couch, chillaxing. It was about 3 p.m. My friend messages, "Hey, anyone around for some afternoon games?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, I am." So we played some of the Battlefield 6 open beta, and then we played a little bit of finals, and then usually we play finals and it's anywhere from like 12 to 45 minutes, but usually we lose, so it's more like 12 minutes. We actually won, so we qualified in the next round, and then I'm just like looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, if we win this, I'm going to be late. But for better or worse, I didn't win, so now I am only a little bit late. Only a little late. I'll put my hood off here. Here we go. Let's do more vibe, more the summertime vibe. Got some wine. I had when I bought my condo, my real estate agent gave me 2 bottles of wine. And I opened up the second one today. I'm like, you know what? It's the start of my vacation. I'm going to have some afternoon wine. I've never once regretted that. So, anyway, how's everyone doing today? How am I doing today? That's the real question. I've been slowly, since I moved 3 weeks ago. Shit, when did I move? Hold up. Now I'm curious. When did I move? I think I moved 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Oh, calendar, oh mine. Tell me my history myself. I moved 2 weeks. 3 weeks ago. I moved 3 weeks ago. So I'm finally getting like used to my new place, which takes me some time. Like it takes me a couple weeks to get there, where I'm like routines are back in, so I'm not thinking about like how does the shower work or how should I set up and do dishes. So that's been kind of nice, so I can get back into some hobbies and activities, which is good. However, the problem I'm running into, the deep problem I'm running into all week long, is I'm getting back into hobbies and things I want to do. However, it's highlighting that I don't have enough time and energy to dedicate all of them because I have to work a job. The pain of having to work. It's the absolute worst. So one of them I got interested in is, so someone, I mentioned this on stream yesterday. I ended up registering the Sanish.net domain name. Here, let me pull it up. Sanish.net. Let me make sure, first off. Oh, this shouldn't dox me. All right, try this. We're gonna try this. Window capture. Hopefully it doesn't dox me. Okay, thank God. Microsoft Edge. I'm gonna use Edge. Edge is gonna become my streamer. As long as I don't click this button, I'm fine. Oh, you can't see my mouse. There it is. As long as like I don't click that button, I'm fine. So I got the Sanish.net domain name, and I'm starting to get into making a personal webpage for it. I'm very excited about. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I could like take this. I'm not sure why I'm looking over to my right when I have like, the broken window of OBS. But when I have my, oh, it's kind of weird. I had this domain. I registered it because I wanted to, mostly because I wanted to. I don't think there's any good reason beyond that. I wanted to, and that's the reason. Deal with it, world. So I registered Sanish.net.com being taken. And I realized like, oh, I can make a web page. And I've made web pages in the past. I made good web pages in the past. I made bad web pages in the past. I've tried like static website generators in the past. I've tried different methods, different blogs. Nothing really successful, mind you. This all be kind of like, it's what it is. But I really like the idea of making the web weird again. It's kind of the idea where you just have like a small, weird personal website, have it not be on the major platform. So don't have it be like, you know, this is my Facebook page or my Instagram page or like my TikTok account or my YouTube account or Twitch account, right? Just make a small little basic HTML website that's kind of weird and your own. And, oh no, that's in this photo. And so I started doing it. I realized, you know what? This is kind of fun. I'm enjoying making a little HTML web page. So I set it up over the last couple days. I tried out a, let's see, what's gonna dox me. Oh, hop. They doxed me a little bit. New window. How much did it dox me? I'll give my first name. Thanks. Thanks, Edge. Betrayal. Absolute betrayal. You know, I'm not gonna click anything. I'm not gonna, I should be signed out of. I can't sign out because like my system's login. Tut self. I tried a website generator and I was doing it along and I was like getting it set up. I'm like, wait a second, like I don't need to do this. I can just make basic ass HTML. Oh, make sure it doesn't dox me. Okay. Like simple. I wonder what's the raw source, not like your fancy ass source browser. Ugh. So I'm gonna expand this. I'm gonna expand this over the next couple weeks and months. So I was thinking, I'm like, I'm getting a 2.0 model being built, right? And that's gonna be done in like, let's say 3 months. Throw a number out there, 3 months. Let's say October, November. Hopefully October, because in November I'm in Japan. I thought, Sanish, you could just like have a whole debut and like show off a new website and get all this new branding stuff done. It'd be so cool, have it all bundled together. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll just share and release things as I build them. So I made a basic website so far. This is my progress as of this morning. I'll just have my links on here. My goal, I'm gonna share my goal because I enjoy sharing things. That's why I stream. Is essentially make this as a themed as a MySpace GeoCities personal webpage, and then make matching ones for Gin Britches and Airfella and every other OC that I've drawn. That I've drawn. And so each OC will have their own themed web page based on them. I'll have like stats, like likes, dislikes, all the personality traits of different OCs, including Sanish. I want to have like a little art gallery in here. Like here's all the drawings I've done on the character. Here's all the art commissions. I want to throw in like outfits from various games. Like I've made Arafella and Jin in character creators for a bunch of different games. So I have those post like outfits, throw some music on there to play, some flashing GIFs, an under construction page, very important under construction page. It's not showing. There's supposed to be a little Sanish Potteru in the corner here spinning. Tut tut. Oh, maybe I didn't push that change. Rip bozo. I got a Jin Britches site. And then Arafella site. So I'm gonna build them out. That's kind of like my fun project for the next couple weeks. If you ever want to see updates, go to Sanish.net or go to the GitHub. I don't really care. This like surprise, like ta-da, here's some surprise privacy things I don't really care about. God, I can't dox my own name. Rude. It's funny because like very few people actually use my first name. People either use my Discord handle 1. Some shortened form of my last name, or Sanish. right? Some of my friends have gotten in the habit of playing multiplayer games, just call me Sanish, just in case we do stream together, that they don't actually dox me more, more that way. It's like the people who call me my first name are like some older friends. It's like 2 people, let's say, my place of employment and family, and that's it. Everyone else uses essentially my Discord handle, which is always awkward because I'm going to be meeting somebody new on Sunday, and do I introduce myself with my first name or my Discord handle when the mutual friend who's introducing us, well, it's their best friend, I'm just meeting them, calls me by my Discord handle. So I'm like, which name should I use? Always a question. So that website's been fun. I've been enjoying working on it. Just writing a little HTML, a little CS. I'm just now venturing into CSS. I don't know. It's just fun to do. It costs $10, $12 to register the domain name for a year. I use GitHub Pages to back it up on the back end. NeoCities is another option. But I remember having a couple. See, what websites have I had in the past? Oh, let me go camp so I can just write it out here. Screen ties. Let's see. Deep pull here. I had a WordPress site. Ooh, what is this pen? It's blue. I had a WordPress blog circa 2007. There's a travel blog when I lived abroad. I definitely had a Flickr account. Flickr.com? Circa kind of like 2006 or 2009. I had a research website. That was also WordPress. Gross. Never want to do WordPress. Never want to touch WordPress again in my life. I had a... Oh shit, does it still exist? I'm not going to show you guys because it's my actual name. What was it called? No. No. Okay, well, those sites never existed. Ba-bum. Ba-bum. Website, research websites. I've done HTML, like work websites, like for internal usage. I have an HTML email I send out every week. I had some other things. Not sure what point I'm getting at. But having personal sites is fun. Everyone should try it. This whole like going to sanish.net, everyone should go there. I want to do some cool things. Like one thing I really want to try is I want to see how I can, because I recently wrote something for the Blue Sky API. So I'm like, this is reasonable. I want to try to pull in all my Blue Sky. I've seen someone do this for Twitter. Make a Blue Sky post, like here, like let's say like here's Airfellas Blue Sky post. Like, you know, see those Blue Sky posts of like, oh, here's my character, here's all my traits and everything. Here's my links. Do that for like Gin Britches. And then every reply to that post, have it show up on the website, like a little guest book comment on the bottom. I think that'd be really cool. And I'll reply to all of them so they have at least something. I think that'd be cool. I think having like a little YouTube, I have a whole like page sketch out next to me. But after I was going with that, delete it. Bye-bye. 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 It got me thinking about how I'm sure people have had moments. They've had moments where they're like, this one decision changed the course of their lives. I have a bunch of them. I have a lot of them, actually. Like if I have like my life timeline is like this. There's like so many branch points on it at this point in my life where I'm like distinct moments where I'm just like, this fight in this relationship, or like this decision during this relationship, or like this decision in school, or like this coincidence, like being put in this class automatically, or signing up for this course incorrectly in undergrad. I've done that a couple times. Or like not being roommates with this person. Like there's a whole course of like branch points in life. And sometimes I reflect on them. I try not to like, I definitely don't do it in like a dwelling sort of way, because that's not healthy. But then like, oh wow, like what if I didn't get, like I didn't respond to this fight in this relationship in this way? Or like, what if I signed up for the right undergrad course? By the way, this one here, I was a young weeb. I was a young anime fan. I didn't know better. All the Japanese classes were full for my undergrad, Japanese language classes. So I'm like, oh, close enough. I'll sign up for a Chinese class. I didn't know better. Don't blame me. It was it was a different time. So I did a quarter of Chinese. Like, how would that have shaped my life differently? Or like someone in a freshman year asked me to live with them, or if you want to be roommates in a small nearby college town, I was like, oh, I'm going to stay in the dorms instead. Like, how would that change my life? The one I was thinking about earlier today was in high school. I had, the way my high school worked was you kind of gave like, here's all the electives I want. Like, here's the classes I want to take, and you just submit that. And like the guidance counselors would like shuffle all the people together and give you like your top preferences if they could. I signed up for a computer programming class. Computer programming. I knew nothing about computer programming. And part of this, like, no one in my family knew anything about technical computer programming. So I had no mentor or guiding figure. I was kind of like stumbling through it on my own. Or I didn't even know what existed out there. Like there's so many online communities I wish I knew about when I was younger. I didn't. But instead, they put me into, what do they call it? It was called computer arts instead of computer programming. And I was so disappointed at the time. I was like, this isn't what I wanted. I'm sure this, like, if I got into this class here, if I got into computer programming, I'm pretty sure the whole trajectory, this trajectory of my life would have just been fundamentally different. Because this one class, if I took computer programming, I probably would have gone to become a software engineer. Like 100%, I could see myself going down the software engineer life path. I didn't, thankfully. Well, yeah, thankfully. You know, I said it, thankfully. Instead I got put in computer arts. And in computer arts, we learned like Flash. What's it called? 3ds Max. Illustrator. Some janky ass DOS animation program. What's it called? It still exists. Corel Paint, I think. I ended up taking that class for 3 years. It was a lot of fun. I was just reflecting, like, oh, I have a drawing stream coming up. Like, what should I do? And I'm like, oh wow, this one decision point so early in my life made such a big difference. I think about that sometimes. Not to be confused. Not to be confused with all the other points in my life where I look back and I'm like, oh, that girl was asking me out on a date and I didn't realize it. It's happened like 6 times. Cracks me up. Now cracks me up. Now that I'm over here in my late 30s, looking back at it, I'm just like, oh, young Sanish, you didn't know. You didn't know that all those girls were asking you out on dates. Classic. I draw these arrows as if it stopped at this point. I'm kidding. I've been making that mistake my entire life. And it's like over here, I'm just like, oh, maybe because I just wasn't interested. And that's why I didn't pick up on all those signals. Good times. Goodbye, life path. Delete that. I don't have anything like written to talk about. Oh, I have one thing to talk about. I've been thinking about this since yesterday. On stream yesterday. Someone asked. Let me. Here we go. Let's pull up something. Here, I'll pull this off the screen so I can pretend if someone comes in. We'll pretend like everyone. If someone new comes in, just pretend I just drew these. Okay, let's all together agree on that. I'm just chatting. I'm not going to draw anything. Someone asked me on stream, which is kind of a funny question to ask. First off, someone came in shocked. There's a male VTuber, which to me, I feel like it's not that uncommon, right? Which, sidebar, I think doing like a VTuber census like a full-blown user experience survey and study of VTubers would be so cool to, like, I could do it, nothing's stopping me. But like have a whole series of like, you know, who do you stream as? Who are you, if you want to say? What is your reason for streaming? What do you like about it? What do you dislike? Do a whole survey, like demographic survey of like everyone streaming from like independents all the way up to like big names, and just run the demographics and like who streams and why for VTubers, right? I think it'd be interesting. In a like, oh, that's neat sort of way, not in like a useful sort of way. Nothing's useful. But it came in that, first off, shocked male VTuber. Yes. Second off, the question they asked that I kind of, if we go back to that life, let me go back to the life path, actually kind of interesting. Oh no, I deleted it. Oh no, can I redo? Rip bozo. They asked like, are you essentially, are you a femboy foxboy or just a regular foxboy? Well, they said foxboy / catboy, which I understand. I'd rather get mistaken for a catboy than a dog boy. That's the real insult. Never say it to anybody. And it's one of those things like, since they asked it, I replied in stream, but it always gets me thinking. Like, if we go back to that life path, there's things I realize now at, let's say late 30s. Sad face. Perfect. Yeah, perfect Spanish. That perfect Spanish drawing. Things I've realized in my late 30s. Because when you hit a certain point in your life. Some people it's younger, some people it's older, some people it's never. But to be cringe is to be free. There are things I've realized if I knew about them here, if I knew about them way earlier, like if I knew about these when I was like 15, right? 15 or 16, it would irrevocably change the entire, like, maybe not the course of my life, but at least like how I think about myself and like present myself to the world. So they asked like, are you a femboy? And I'm just like, if you asked me a year ago, I'd be like, no. Ask me now, I'm just like, I don't think so. But I also have a very deep imposter syndrome when it comes to labels. So I'm not sure what the qualifications are, if there are any. Like if you ask, like, paint fingernails. Yes. So if you do checklists of all the things, like shave legs. Yes. You start going down this list, you're like, uh-oh. Own maid dress. Own multiple dresses. Yes. It's like, the evidence may be stacking up a little bit, except for the part where I'm in my late 30s. If I was doing this and acting like felt this way, short jorts, maybe jorts. Yes. They're not that short. Oh, they're pretty short. Quick defensive jorts. They are no shorter than running shorts. That's my defense and I'm sticking to it. But like if I was 16 or 15 and I was doing this, it'd be so fundamentally different. Like if I knew like, but the two problems. One, knowing about these things and learning about them takes time. You don't turn 12 and get handed a packet of like, here are all your character building identity options. You discover them over time as you're going through life. Like, oh, I learned what this is. You're going through like, oh, I learned what this is. And you're going to like, oh, I learned what this is. And that could be like, you know, this could be learning about Taylor Swift. This could be, you know, finding friends. This could be, you know, discovering anime. This could be divorce. Divorce. Put that in there. So you discover things about yourself through life. You don't get told everything at 12. And the second part of that, was these things that I've discovered now, like, you know, VTubing. Mboy question mark. Airways. Like these things just straight up didn't, well, okay, Airways existed, but like the odds of encountering these when I was 15, very low. Very, very low. Or when I was 18? That's 20 years ago. 18? 19 years ago? How old am I? No, 17. There we go. Do some quick age math there. But discovering things now, it's like some of them like VTubing. I can do VTubing now. In fact, I'm probably like prime set up to VTube right now, solely because I have a well-paying job. So I can afford to do this as a hobby and not have to worry about making money or lifestyles, or be like, I want to blow my annual bonus on a model. I don't care if it's out of proportion to my audience size or anything about this. Like, I'm doing it because it's fun. The sole reason I am VTubing and streaming is because it is fun. I'm not trying to make a profit. I'm not trying to make money. In fact, please no. And so late 30s, VTubing, honestly, goes great together. Goes fantastic. You have more things to talk about. You have more life experience to build upon. Sometimes you have jobs that can pay for VTubing commissions and art commissions. Maybe your relationships are stable, or you've decided to not have relationships. So that combo, fantastic. That combo is fantastic. Discovering in the last couple of years, Airways, you know what? Always a good time to discover those things. Some people discover them. Like, I read accounts of like online on the interwebs or like in books where someone is like, I'm 14 and I realized that I'm asexual. And you're just like, what kind of crazy self-awareness do these 14-year-olds have? Like when I was when I was 14, I had the self-awareness of like a russet potato. Like it wasn't good. What would have been freshman year of high school? Sophomore year of high school? Like I had absolutely no self-awareness. But people online are just like, I've known I was whatever identity expression out there in that point. I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm absolutely flabbergasted how someone can know that early. But to be fair, I say that phrase a lot. I say that because I'm Airways. That's the absence of something, which is much harder to identify. Like, I sometimes think about like, oh man, what if I was just gay? Like, that'd be so much easier to identify. I would have discovered that probably around here. Because you're just like, oh wow, I'm actively attracted to men. That's easier to pinpoint than like, I'm not. Also, when I went to high school, when I was in this stage of life over here, the major insult you could call someone was being gay. That was like the big insult. If you were in high school, if you were in a large public school in the late 90s, early 2000s, like that's the point we were at. There was nothing beyond. That's kind of the extent of it. It was like, that was the insult. Nerd was still an insult. Anime wasn't a thing. You got bullied for liking anime. It was a different time. So, someone coming in asking, am I a regular streamer or a fanboy streamer? First off, I'm like, oh, you think I'm young. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. My voice doesn't sound old and decrepit yet. Oh, delightful. Delightful. Second off, if I was 16 right now, yeah, probably. Likely. If I was 16 to 18, I was 16 to 19 years old, I'd say. In 2025, year of our Lord, 2025, would I be a femboy? Yeah, probably. Seems like it'd be fun. Now, the reason I am not saying categorically no, based on this evidence here, is I've had the very similar, or almost exact same build since high school. Since I turned like 15, I've been the same weight. From here to here, 30x, I've been clocked in at the same 145 to 150 pounds. It's great. It's good times. I recommend it. The problem, when I was 15, I graduated at 17. When I was 13, I hit my current weight when I was 13 years old. The challenge I faced when I was 13 years old is I was 6 inches shorter. So I clocked in 6 inches shorter than I am, same weight. Middle school. I'm not sure why I'm on this topic. We kind of got sidetracked. Middle school here. This has become my talking chatting board, really. Like a crazy person diagram with all of the string and pins and everything, where I slowly revealed deep lore over time. In middle school, I hit my current weight, but I was 6 inches shorter. And I think I almost pinpoint down to like the event. It was like a pool. Like, I was in California. We had a pool. A lot of people have pools in California. My family time was probably like middle class, upper middle class. Likely, it was a different time. Those middle class, for those who are young, in the late 90s to early 2000s, there was a group of people called the middle class. The middle class had enough money to have nicer homes, go on vacations, go on trips, maybe get some nicer things, own pools with their homes, have like state-of-the-art, at the time, CRT TV systems. It was a different time. We had more than just the uber rich and the working class. There was a middle class that existed. So my family was upper middle class in a very suburban neighborhood. We had a pool. And in middle school, I had friends. Hard to believe. And there was a pool party. It was like the summer when I was 13, I think. I just turned 13, maybe I was 12. I had just gained like 20 pounds, 30 pounds. So 20, 30 pounds. So I was about to go into a growth spurt. I didn't know I was about to go into a growth spurt. I thought it was just short and pudgy. We're having a pool party and I got super self-conscious about what I looked like. And I honestly think that pool party, that moment gave me like probably a mild eating disorder for the rest of my life. I laugh about it. One, eating disorders are very serious. Seek help if you think you have one. Two, they were way more prominent in the early 2000s. My God, like so many warning and labels about eating disorders. Like I don't see those warnings anymore, but when I was in high school, it was like the epidemic. And it hasn't been a concern because I'm technically not underweight. That's what matters. And that circles back to being at my age, being able to look great in a skirt. That's what it comes down to. Which, if anyone out there listening knows me in real life, you've probably seen it by now. And I hope I'm right. If I'm not right, don't tell me. Please don't tell me. So someone coming in asking, am I a femboy? The answer is probably, or stream, but it's Spanish lore, deep Spanish lore. The answer is probably yes, in limited conditions, and not as like a femboy streamer. Because I feel like that is a very different connotation to someone coming into the stream and being like, oh, it's a femboy stream. Has a, like, from what I've seen and encountered, usually implies a certain level of fansly content that I will never, in my entire life, ever produce for anyone, anywhere, at any time. In fact, I would probably die before doing anything like that. Thank you very much. So, what's down here? Fanboy? Yes. Fanboy. Streamer? No. I think that's why I like VTubing. Well, okay, I like VTubing. I like having an anime avatar. That's what it comes down to. Because it comes to, like, you pick your design for what you look like when you VTube. When you VTube sounds weird. When you stream as a VTuber. And it probably comes down to is like, kind of pick what you want to look like, right? Like, why would you pick what you don't want? Oh, okay, there's a lot of reasons why you pick what you look like. But it's like, deep in my heart of hearts, I just want to be an anime boy. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? We're spending all this tech. Where's my CRISPR to make me an anime boy? It hurts. It hurts so much. But it's one of those things like, okay. When's the next time I can dress up in real life, in public, as an anime boy? And I'm like, okay, we have Halloween coming up. Halloween's coming up in 3 months. 2 months? 2.5 months. And suddenly I have a Halloween party. And I'm like, okay, first off, I can wear my maid dress again. Easy peasy, done. Or I can buy a new maid dress. Always tempting. The problem I have with maid dresses is getting them to fit. Always the problem. Proportions are never quite right. They're fixed size. They are generally speaking made for women's proportions, and some of us don't have certain proportions. But the main question I'm asking myself, and the road I've not gone down, is makeup. Now, TikTok has me pegged. TikTok's like, here's some femboy makeup tutorials. And I'm like, go on. Tell me more about this. Tell me more. And it's like someone who's it's a 17-year-old Costa Rican boy who's absolutely beautiful doing like makeup tutorials. And you're just like, a lot of parts I'm missing here to be able to do this. But part of me is now considering, now that I've settled in, now that my move is 3 weeks gone, and I can start settling into the routine of my day-to-day life, all the major stresses of the year are done and gone. I'm just like, we're free and clear. What if I tried it? What if I got like, investigate and get a basic, like, here's your basic femboy. I say femboy because I'm guessing the makeup you need as a man is might be slightly different than for women. Because you probably need to do more contouring, feminization of the face. You probably need to do, there's probably some step to help with like stubble, I'd imagine. I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong. Maybe it's all the same. And so it's like, do I look into getting a set of makeup and trying it out between now and Halloween? Maybe. Everyone at the Halloween party I'm going to, like, everyone has seen pictures of me in a skirt and a dress. So I'm not going to be like jump scaring anybody. Okay, I take it back. I hope I jump scare a couple people. That's truly the goal. Truly the goal. Because my day-to-day look isn't very femboy. The problem is like, there's just so much shaving. I know it's makeup, and honestly, like, the big problem I have is my hair. My hair is very stubborn. My hair is very thick, and my hair is very stubborn, and I can't. I've been trying recently to be like trying to like brush it differently, and I very much have what decade is it? Let me just Google this phrase pulls up the right hairstyle. No. Just what decade is this? I very much have like the when my hair grows out. There we go. When my hair grows out and I don't put product in it, I very much end up in 2010s Justin Bieber hair. Like, that's what my hair looks like. Whether I want to or not, like this first hit. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'll just put this on Edge here. I've already shared this browser once. I like that. God damn it, I want a Bing result. I don't want Bing because Bing is going to... Get out of here, Google. Bing is like, oh, do you want me to display your full name on your search result page? And I'm like, shut up. This works again. No, window capture. Microsoft Edge. Why aren't you showing up? second here. I want to show this Justin Bieber hairstyle. How do I... There we go. Nice. Nice. So over here. Oh yeah. Like when my hair goes out, it looks like, no. If I put no product in my hair, like this is what it ends up looking like. This actually is a little more round, I'd say. It's not quite as like uniform, but this is like the direction my hair ends up, for better or worse, which at the time it was perfectly fine. 2010, like when I was in the style 2010, 2009. But then when someone pointed out that like Justin Bieber had this hairstyle, I'm like, because in 2010 Justin Bieber was a very different vibe than now. I was like, no, it's my curse. But like, I've always wanted to grow my hair out. I've always wanted to grow it out. Like I always wanted to get to like Spanish length here, or a bit longer, like shoulder length hair. But it's this awkward stage. It's this awkward point where it's like, am I there yet? I'm not there yet. When like my front, I guess bangs, front of my hair is like tip to my tip of my nose. That point forward, getting from like your tip of your nose length to your like chin length is like such an awkward like 6 months or year. I know. I almost did it. I almost did it with COVID. There was like 6 months there in COVID. my girlfriend hated it. Where when I wasn't in video calls, because I refused to take video calls in that job, I just wore bandanas to keep my hair in place. So I lived like 6 months wearing like generic ass bandanas of different colors just wrapped around my head to keep my hair in place. Wasn't my eyes as it grew. I looked so bad. It looked so awful. I still had the bandanas. Until I hit a point where I was like, 1, my hair's taking forever to dry. 2, it looks terrible. And I had my girlfriend, my old now ex, cut my hair, which was like a 2-hour, that was a painful 2 hours. If you are a guy, no, take it back. If you don't have super long hair, or like, if you have hair that's super long, you can just like, worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenarios, bunch all the hair together and cut straight across, or like line up on your back and straight across. If you have hair that's like ear length or shorter and it's COVID and you're having someone who's never cut hair before, you bought a hair cutting kit off Amazon and you're having them cut your hair, it is a long, painful process. My God. That was a moment where after that, I was like, I will pay however much money anybody demands who is a professional to cut my hair. They'll cut it in 20 minutes. They'll thin it out. They'll texture it. It just worth it. Worth the $60 at a salon. I don't care. That was a long 2 hours. I'll never do it again. So I've tried before. I didn't make it. I didn't have the courage. To push through. But right now I'm growing it out. So things are aligning. My barber moved from one city to another nearby city. And I've been seeing her for a couple years. And I went to her new location and she said some questionable things about Harry Potter that I'm just like, And then I moved. So now to get there, it's like an hour and a half, hour 15. So like the perfect break point after some questionable comments that were made. So I'm like, I can either A, find a barber nearby where I live, which I live in a super cool area for super cool people now. There's probably a barber. Or not. I can try growing my hair out. Or what I should do, the right move for me in a couple months is to go to a barber and just be like, hey, I'm trying to grow my hair out. Can you just like trim it just a little bit and help me restyle it so it's not awful? Now, it's not awful right now, but it's hit the point. Okay, there's a transition point. I'm turning hair for a long time. There's a transition point for my hair. This is based on 30 years of experience, by the way. No, it's based on like 4 years. I've only been using products in my hair for like 4 years. 4 years of experience. I have like a pomade I use, and there's a point in my hair length where the pomade no longer holds in a way that I like. And I've crossed that threshold about 3 weeks ago, where it goes from like the hair being coiffed perfectly and being like, not like super done, but just like gives it some shape and texture, to being just like my hair. Here, I have a drawing pad. Let me draw my hair here. An immersion break. Because normally I'm like, here's me, here's my head. Here's my cool glasses. I ordered new glasses, by the way. Oh, I don't like that nose. Let's give myself an anime nose. What does my hair look like? I supposed to draw a Sandish hair. I do the hipster side part. Here's part of the side. I've side parted my hair my whole life. God damn it. I refuse to, I don't care what people say. So I have a side part. And there comes a point where, so it kind of defaults like this, but then I then usually push it back. So it's kind of like, I do like, here's my glasses. Oof, that was a rough sketch. I try to push it back so you have like an actual hairline, and like the hair kind of goes up, right? That's actually shaped pretty short on the side. Kind of goes up. It's like a little bit cooler. It's a little bit cooler, where this hair no longer sticks up with my pomade and starts doing like, it kind of goes in a shape that's like ramp. And there's like this weird kink in it because my hair in the front is so long. Not quite almost Sandish length actually. And I don't know how to style my hair to be cool anime character. Oh, I need more product. And then here's my ears, and it's covering my ears, and it kind of goes up. There we go, self-portrait. Here's a cool self-portrait of myself. And I have my headphones on. My mic right here on my little swivel arm. My little camera for my little iPhone on a stand. Those are the things. It's at that stage. I'm just like, why? Why? I don't want to buy stronger. Like, I don't know if a stronger hair product is needed. I don't know if a haircut is needed. I don't know if I need to power through for another. Oh, actually, how much longer do I need? I need like another 3 inches of hair before I can like tuck it behind my ears. And the problem is, like, I've been side parting my hair for 25. How old am I? 10, 20, 25. When did I graduate college? I graduated when I was 21. I graduated grad school when I was 25. Is that right? Is that when I graduated? Shit. So I can do some panic math here. 2014, right? It's my birth year. Mine's my mother's name. I was 27. I've been parting my hair in the same way. I've been parting my hair in the same way since I was 9 years old. All right. So my hair's been parted in the same way for almost 30 years. So my hair is very much trained to have a part right here. And like, I wanted to try parting in the center, because if I want to grow my hair out in any way, substantive way, I need to either part it in the center so I can tuck it behind my ears, right? Like, that's the progress move, right? You tuck it behind your ears, or grow it long enough so that, like, if I look, like, here's my glasses, here's my nose, here's my cool mouth, here's my face, I can pull it into like a ponytail of some sort. Whoa, Jared, you made it. Welcome to non-Rimworld content, where I'm just rambling for an hour and a half with a glass of wine at 4 p.m. on a Friday. It's nowhere near long to put in a ponytail, so I need to be able to tuck it behind my ears. So I need to grow out my hair for 3 more inches. It's like a year, 6 months. How fast does hair grow? How fast does hair grow? The red wine's kicking in, by the way, which is a problem. Half an inch per month? 6 months. What is it? September? August? Oh, well, yeah, hopefully not on chemo. 6 months? So can I push through 6 months of awkward hair in order to get past, to hit the stage where I can tuck it behind my ears and move forward with a middle part? That's the question. Here's my crazy man drawing. So hidden layer. That's where I currently am on my hair journey. I know. The problem is I really want to be able to like have bangs or tuck into a ponytail or get to shoulder length, but like it's about currently, it's about Sanish length right now. It's like an inch shorter than Sanish length on my current model. It's funny. If we go to a new layer here, so we have Sanish. So my face is like this, and then we have my eyes, then we have my nose, my little smirky mouth, and then we have like I can't draw very well, by the way. This is a drawing stream, but I'm terrible at drawing. And then we have my function ears. I don't actually have there we go. Function ears. There you go. There you go. This is a quick Santa sketch. The problem is like my hair right now is about an inch shorter. Like this length here. Oh God, let me get a different color. Oh, different. I have layers available. Let's go. So my hair is like sir, I wonder how we had an orange color. This length here, like it's about an inch to my nose. Is that where I am now? And my hair, like, I do get these. Like my hair does come down the back. And it's like a little tufted. It's a little tufted in the back right here on my model. My hair does this. My hair hits a length. So I've gotten like, here's my neck. Here's my shoulders. I got my hair down to like in the back shoulderish length, which to be fair, looking back on it, I had a bit of a mullet, a little bit of a mullet. Look, who hasn't had a mullet at some point in their life, right? Those in glass houses should not throw stones about mullets. My hair starts to curl a little bit when it gets like in the back. Once it hits like a couple inches, so let's delete all this. Oh no, I can't delete it. Like right here, it starts to curl. My actual hair starts to curl in the back a little bit, which is kind of funny. It cracks me up. I know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to power through. It's like, you have to be like, hey everybody, I know we just met. Grocery person manning the self-checkout at Safeway. We just met, but I swear to God, this isn't a mullet. I'm growing my hair out. It's not a mullet. Oh no, you have the silverback. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have so I have 3 uncles. I have two uncles on my dad's side. Everybody on my dad's side, all the men on my dad's side, as they aged, all of their hair migrated from the top of their head down to their shoulders and back. They all went like that full, like balding on top, silverback back look. Oh man, yeah. Oh, I need a little pin. Not a mullet. I'm growing my hair out. So I've witnessed growing up as a child that migration of the hairline receding and it going down the back. I've watched that happen. And when you are in middle school, when you're in high school, if you're a guy and you have a bunch of relatives who are balding or have recently balded and they have that happening, it puts the fear of God in you. There is like, between the ages of like 12 and honestly 40, the fear of male pattern baldness is real. So I can laugh because I've passed the threshold of male pattern baldness. And I'm like, thank God, because I would look very bad bald. I've admitted that to myself. Though up till 3rd grade, let me go back to my life chart here. My shitty life chart. Where'd my life chart go? My life's not shitty. My life chart's shitty. Up until 3rd grade. No, not my hidden layer. Up until the 3rd grade over here. 3rd grade. I had buzz cuts. Nice. You made it through. You passed. It's not a migration from the top of your head. It's just new. It's a new colony of hair on your back that's forming. I laugh because I am, this goes back to this question of, are you a femboy? I have very little upper body hair. I'm very thankful. I have some, but not much. I'm very thankful for it. Having seen the back hair of my compatriots, friends in grad school, relatives, an exotic pet. It's always the way to go. Women love it when you say, hi, I'm Sandwich's brother, and I have 25 snakes that I keep in one room in my house. They absolutely love it. He also lives in Georgia too, so it's perfect. There's a huge market for single women, some older single women in Georgia who love snakes. Get a chinchilla. Get bunnies or chinchilla. Get a cute pet. Get a cute exotic pet. That's the move. Don't get a reptile. But ever since up until 3rd grade, my parents buzz cut us. Uh-oh. Oh, why did my pen freeze? Did my Apple Pencil die? Apple Pencil, not like this. Not like this Apple Pencil. Up until 3rd grade. No. Oh, the tip fell off. Actually. Did it fall off or did it break off? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did my Apple Pencil break on me? Oh, they unscrew. Okay. Up until like about, let's say pre-K. Pre-K to 3. I lived that 90s buzz cut life. I had a buzz cut. It was nothing but like, it was a short buzz cut. Until, not just a buzz cut, because one kid in 3rd grade, the coolest kid in the class, his name was Tony. Tony, the coolest kid in class, Tony over here. Tony could do a backflip. Well, before buzz cut, I had a bowl cut. Up until like pre-K, I had legit straight up bowl cut. Like I've seen like pictures of when I was like a toddler and things. It was legit just like blonde hair. I was blonde up until like 3rd grade or preschool. Blonde hair, it was up until like, it was about my temple level. So like about this level of just like a straight bowl cut. It was just like, not like even a Floby level. It was just like straight bowl cut. I think my parents cut my hair up until like 3rd grade or so. That's why I had a buzz cut. But Tony in 3rd grade. 1, Tony had a sick ass buzz cut. 2, Tony could do a backflip. He could do a backflip in like 3rd, 4th grade. He was the coolest kid on the playground. Tony had a rat tail. So what did my brother and I get in 3rd grade? I had a rat tail. I had a cool ass rat tail in 3rd grade. Coming to the back here. High fashion, baby. Oh man, the worst part is like I mostly chat with people on Discord or Slack for work. So I'm used to being able to correct typed messages. Like you hit that up button on type message, you can correct what you spell. All my messages in Discord eventually have like a little edited by it because I misspell things all the time. So I type really fast and slam the enter button. So I'm on a platform where I can't correct my misspellings. I hate it so much. Like chatting in a game, I send a message and I misspell a joke and I want to correct it. And it's like, you can't change your message. You already sent it. I'm just like, no, I spelled that joke wrong. So I get it. I had a rat tail and a buzz cut. My parents took the attitude growing up, for better or worse, of like, if you as our child want to have a wacky ass haircut, if you want to dye your hair, go for it. We're going to have a good chuckle about it, take some photos and show you those photos 10 years later. started rat tail in 3rd grade. So it was like zero to pre-K, I guess 0 to 5-ish, buzz cut. Oh no, it's bowl. 5 to, I don't know, 8, buzz. To now, Justin Bieber 2010s haircut. So trying to grow it out, it's been tough. And I'll get there. This year I'm going to try it. I'll go to find a local salon to help. Like, how can I grow out my hair? And honestly, you know what? Oh, this is the same layer. Rip me. If I grow my hair out, a bit of standard length. Delete all this. Maybe I don't like it. You know. There's a good chance I grow my hair out and I'm like, oh, I don't like how this feels. You know. Long hair, like I might get headaches from it, like going into like putting it into ponytails or like putting behind your ears. The heavier weight of the hair might be bad. Trying to dry it in winter might be bad and unpleasant. Just have wet hair. There's this awkward phase right now. The awkward phase I'm in is my current length. It goes over my ears, right? Ooh, the hair goes over my ears. I wear over-the-ear headphones. So if I time it wrong and I put product in at the wrong time, or I put headphones on for extended periods of time at the wrong time, my hair right by my ears will be just like, here's my ear, here's the side of my head. My hair is gonna be like bam, bam, and just come out the side like, oh, you wear headphones, you idiot. Enjoy your haircut. It's taken straight out. I'm just like, I was supposed to go to a cool bar to get espresso martinis with friends, and now my hair was like this. Or if it gets a bit longer, it'll come down and just be like, and be like, cool headphone hair, bro. And then get that little dent at the top of the head. Ugh. The perils of streaming. This is why I don't do streams in the afternoon when I have an event in the evening. Or if I do, I have to like fluff my hair out, put more product in it. And this happened like 2 weeks ago. I went to correct, and I corrected by putting more product in, by overcorrected. So I now had too much product in my hair. I'm like, this is hard. This is why so many men don't do anything with their hair. It's because it's hard and it takes work and it takes effort and you can mess up. And like, if you have not spent 35 years learning to do this, starting cold turkey, it is a challenge. It is a deep challenge to learn like how to use styling product. How do you use like different types of makeup? How do you use these things? And you can watch TikTok tutorials. You can try to learn it, but it is hard. I had a friend, I went to Renaissance Fair a couple weeks ago. And in the Renaissance Fair, it was pirate themed. It was a pirate themed Renaissance Fair. It was the midsummer. Okay, I'll admit it. It was the Pacific North. It was the Washington State Midsummer Renaissance Fair. It was our pirate themed weekend. We went last year and it was okay. We planned a lot better. Everyone was in costume, pirate themed. Of all costumes, of all cosplay that people can do, pirates, easy. Pirates is one of the easiest cosplay costumes one could do for Renaissance Fair. So like you could tell like a good 25% to 50% of the men at this Renaissance Fair were wearing the same basic ass pirate outfit from Amazon. And you know what? Great. That's how you start. That's how cosplay gets its hooks into you, and you're trapped for life. And you start getting cosplay out. You get closets of outfits you only wear once a year that you spend a couple $100s on, and you're just like, it was worth it, Sanish. It was worth it. But I'm like, you know what? This is an excuse for? It's an excuse for me to buy a dress. So we're made outfit before, but I never actually wore a full dress. And by the way, this is a recent development in my life, because for probably like hidden layer, get out of here. Probably about here to here, I've always said to myself, gaslighting or not, I said, you know what? I look pretty good in a dress. I bet I would look good in a dress. And so I finally was like, you know what? Rubber hits the road. Let's try this out. So I got a custom dress made for this Ren fair. And you know what? I look good in that dress. Eat my whole butt, everybody. But I got there and Captain Crack Sparrow. It was a group of like 10 of us. I'd say. So I was wearing my pirate wench outfit. I had a friend who was dressed up in generic pirate outfit, but handsome man. One of our friends brought eye makeup, and they gave him like the smudgy, dark, like piratey eye makeup. And it was interesting to watch, like, because I saw him, I was looking fine. He was looking like normal. He got the eye makeup done, and it was just like, it took his outfit from like a 7 out of 10 to like a 9.5 out of 10. Like that eye makeup just like sealed the deal on that whole look. And then I had to put eye makeup on myself. It works so well. Yeah, it's like the I'm touching my own eyes if you could see it. It's like, here's his eye. I'm not sure why I draw all my eyes looking hella tired. Here's his eye, his little eyelashes. It was essentially the kind of like like some eyeliner on the top, but like the smudge kind of like outer eye look. And that kind of like that bags and the kind of like that darker eye, like the Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow type eyeliner. And it looked like some actual like darker eye. Oh, wrong pen. Some like darker eyeliner around the lower part of the eye here, like this. It looks so good on him. And so I had my eye makeup done as well. I went with the eyes pretend to look like this. I had like the little bit of the wingtips done, and the mascara. But first, so yeah, there's essentially that's one way to like get that wingtip. I've never done eye makeup myself, just because I haven't purchased. There's a lot of products you need, and like I'm a very cheap person, but I'll probably end up getting some for this Halloween costume I'm doing for Halloween. But the problem is the other problem is I wear glasses. So it's like she did the eye makeup on me, and I looked at it close up and it looked good, but I put my glasses on. I'm like, the glasses are blocking it. Probably need more. What I realized, one, no problem putting pointy pencils through my eye. Not a problem, which is good. Problem two, when I got home, and as she's putting this on my eye, I'm just like, I have no way to take this off. Mascara? I don't own makeup remover. I don't own, and she put like it was like a sparkly highlight, like right here on the inside of the eye, which I liked a lot. I have no way to take this makeup off. So I was at home, and that evening, I'm just like, well, shit. I don't have any cotton balls. Apparently, I have like those cotton rounds you get for like for taking nail polish off, but olive oil was recommended. Everyone said try olive oil, and that kind of worked. But I'm like, I am missing a step here. But second time I get eye makeup done, so we'll try getting the full. I probably only need like eye make. Right, it's like everyone's saying like, oh, try baby oil. I'm like, I don't own baby oil. Like I own maximum citric acetone, olive oil. Take it back. You know what? I do have mineral oil. I have mineral oil for oiling the my knife handles for my cutting knives. So that is one reason I do have mineral oil, is to keep my chef's knife in good condition. Huh. It's a funny thing, like you hear about these things like baby oil and mineral oil all the time, and it isn't until like someone says it like that, I'm just like, hey, these are effectively the same thing. You're like, oh man, these are just like different name. Now I want to check whether I want to put mineral oil for cutting boards near my eyeballs. It's fine. The olive oil worked fine. I was well seasoned in case I was going to get cooked and eaten that evening. And it's It worked out fine. But it's one of those like those moments of just, I'm missing some critical components, and I am no longer living with a woman who would have these products, and ergo, this mascara is staying on, baby, until it comes off naturally. But the insult I got, she asked me like, she's French. So I can't do a French accent. She's like, oh, why can't I? My friend, oh, baguette. Do you sleep on your eyelashes? They're all crisscross and messed up. That's what she said to me. Apparently my eyelashes were like all like wonkily, like not straight. And I'm like, why do my eyelashes be straight? I don't comb my eyelashes. If you want to clip that and send it to her for that accent, go for it. So anyway, comes up. There's also something for him. That one comment yesterday, someone asked, oh, I know the chemical thing. The one, I just realized my model's behind the chat. The one that got me that you might appreciate is painting my nails, right? Started painting my nails. 1, thoroughly enjoy it. 2, I keep thinking of painting my nails as if I'm the same way you think about painting a room. I'm just like, you got to clean it. You got put your primer layer on. You got to do a couple coats. The thought I had today, because like when I paint my nails, I overshoot, right? It's a small detailed area. Like maybe if I had like, if I was in a Warhammer and I was just painting figurines, this would be easier. But you overshoot and you hit your cuticles. And I just like the thought that crossed my mind today was like, why don't we just use masking tape for painting nails, right? Just put down some masking around your nail beds and then slap that nail polish on, peel that masking tape up, you're good to go. Right, so, exactly. So I got some nail polish with a friend. I got some rounds, I got some nail polish remover. And then I was like, painted my nails once, great. Painted my nails twice, second time, looking good. I took it off and my nails were messed up. My nails took hella damage from that second coat. Yeah. I mean, why not airbrush your nails after putting some masking on? The problem is like putting that mask, like getting that masking right would be a bit of a pain. So it messed that second time took the nails off, messed my nails up. Like they're still recovering. Like they got like black streaks in them. They were chipping, layers were like, they were delaminating a little bit. And I was like, man, like this is really damaging my nails. And my friends were like, oh, well, that's like, we got like the friend who bought the nail polish with was like, oh, well, we got you like gentle nail polish remover, so it should be fine. And I thought about it and I go up to my bathroom, I open my drawer and then I look at it and it's like maximum strength acetone. I'm just like, fuck, I got the strongest nail polish remover. No wonder my nails are getting absolutely blasted here. So I got a gentler non-acetone based one, but it's one of those funny things of just like, I got a high grade solvent. My nails are getting dissolved on me. Rip bozo. Not as bad as probably like doing straight paint thinner. Honestly, that's like, why not? Right? Honestly, that's like a pretty cool idea for doing designs. Is like doing a wax layer, like just take essentially everything that's done for like 3D printing or for making semiconductors, where you put like your masking wax layer down, you carve out what you want, and then you like deposit the layer. Shit, let me go that up. Using wax designs nails. Apparently there's a method you paint it on the wax and then essentially you transfer paper it onto your nails. I'm not sure if you carve the design to transferring it on does seem easier than drawing it directly. So I was thinking, like, as I was painting my nails, like my friend was making a couple side tables. So he was sharing progress pics of like I know. You cover your head in wax and you take like a pen and you carve out where you want the nail polish to be. You apply the nail polish, wait for it to dry, then peel the wax off. It is the opposite, inverted, of the masking technique. And I was like, as I was starting to paint my nails, my friend was making some end tables. So he got some wood, he carved out some rounds of the wood, and he was like, epoxying them together and clamping them and masking the epoxy on for doing all that. And I was looking at him like doing this woodworking. I was looking at myself painting my nails. I'm just like, this it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We're both essentially depositing layers, waiting for things to cure, waiting for it to cure to put the next layer on, doing the masking and cleanup work. And just, it was a funny, I've had a couple of moments of like, anyone who's like painted a room or worked with epoxy or done any of these like manlier techniques, I'm like, painting your nails is very similar. I have gotten my hands entirely covered in polyurethane before. I've said this on stream before, and I'll tell it again. Because one, I saw the tip years ago. I've been streaming for a year ago, of like, repeat yourself. Tell the same story multiple times. You will always have different audiences. Your audiences will change. In graduate school, we make circuit boards. I was making circuit boards to go into preamps. Preamps would then go strapped to an antenna. Antenna would be placed on a roof of some building. We want to weatherproof our circuit boards. You can weather seal your preamp box, but you also just want to weatherproof your circuits as well. So we would take my circuit board, I'd populate all the circuits, I would take them under a vent hood, and I would polyurethane coat them, right? I was naive, I was young, and I would do barehanded. I would just hold that circuit board in my hand between my two little fingies, spray one side with polyurethane, flip it over, spray the other side with polyurethane, set it down, dry, do the next one. So by the end of the day, one or both hands, all my fingers would be covered in multiple layers of polyurethane. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And so then I just have my hands covered in polyurethane, and I'd be like, well, that's life. It's life, buddy. And then I would proceed to wait for the polyurethane to just naturally come off over time, because what can you do? What can you do about it, right? So I've covered my hands in polyurethane. Eventually, I got older, I got wiser. I wore gloves. The first couple times though, I sure didn't. I was fortunate to use a vent hood. My advisor in grad school was fairly negligent in terms of actual like guidance and mentoring. On retrospect, looking back, I was thinking about this earlier today because someone in my work Slack channel shared a news, like a Science Direct article or something, about a recent research paper that builds on a paper I was co-author on 15 years ago. 10 years ago? 12 years ago. And I was like, hey, I was a co-author on the paper that kind of led to this. They never responded. That's fine. But maybe reflecting on grad school and being like, my advisor wasn't very involved. He didn't really help me very much. On the flip side, I'm very bad at asking for help. So I'm just like, two-way street, right? Didn't ask for help, didn't get help. Funny how that goes. That's why I want to quit my job. I don't have any mentors. My boss isn't in my field. I'm not good at asking for help. I'm terrible at working. Not terrible. I'm done working with people. I'm saying I want to just quit my job and stream full time. But I don't want to give up my salary. I just don't want to give up my precious salary. Luckily for me, I will hopefully in January be able to quit my job and just coast on my savings for the rest of my life. Hit that fire dream. As long as the stock markets don't crash or I fall into the deep trap of, if I work 2 more weeks, I can buy this thing, which I know is a trap because I've seen a friend do it where he was in a crazy stressful job. It was eating him alive, but he was like, if I stay one more month, I can buy this dirt bike. If I stay one more month, I can upgrade my camper van with this thing. I don't trust the stock market in any way right now. in any way. It is like, it's hitting highs that I'm like, I don't think it should. Like, I thought about like, do I have enough money to like stop working like a year ago? I looked at the world and I was like, Sanish, this does not feel stable. I do not have confidence this feels stable. So I hit the point like today where I'm like, I could quit my job right now and be fine in theory, but I'm looking at the world and its stability and I'm just like, I'm just like, absolutely not. I don't have faith the world is stable enough for me to like ride the stock market for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna keep my job. Fortunately for me, the company I work at, we're having some upcoming releases that are looking very promising. So we're not going to have like a major company collapse because the next game we launch is going to bomb, which is risky. If you work in entertainment and you're like, our bet's on this next big franchise, and that next big franchise fails, enjoy those layoffs. But if you have a big franchise and releases and people like it and it's successful, you're just like, oh, thank God, my job's not in jeopardy. So if January, I'm hoping maybe January things will level off and then I can quit my job. And then do creative things, work on my website, stream full time, start practicing piano again, go to a gym, loaf about, read manga, actually learn how to make, work on Godot and indie game dev, except that I have to learn to listen to the sound of my voice and make clips of my streams in order to post on social media to get more traction and engagement. Yes. I do need to rebalance. I'm not in things like AMD. I'm not in things like Nvidia or GameStop. I watched Wall Street Bets closely. The whole GameStop thing, it was so good. Crypto, watching it for the crypto drama, great. Am I putting my money in it? No. I'm in like total market funds and cash. And like one of these days, if there's enough interest, I can have a straight up financial stream of like, here's Sanish's financial guide to life. Which I honestly think would be pretty fun because personal finance, well, personal, a lot of people don't know about it. And it is my dream and my hope through streaming to either bring entertainment to the world, bring joy, more joy. Like if I can bring like more than 1-to-1 hours produced hours joy in the world, great. If I can impart wisdom and experience and learnings to people who are in different phases of their life, who could benefit from it, absolutely wonderful. And like, I don't mean to toot my own horn. I think I have a pretty good grasp of reasonable, simple steps to take to hit decent personal finance goals. 100% optimize? No. I will never give you 100% optimized advice because that takes like, here we go. Let me draw a chart for you. It's my favorite chart. It's the effort versus returns chart. It goes like, where you hit 80% of the returns with like 10, it's like 90% of the effort gets you like 90% of the returns. But like getting this last 10% takes like, it's like 10% of the effort. It's a Pareto principle. 10% effort gives you 90% of the returns. Getting that last 10% of optimization takes so much effort. I'm just like, no. Absolutely not. Like I don't truck with this like 10% optimization of like, oh, I'm doing tax loss harvesting. Or if you do options calls or buys on these things, or if you like really dig into like these emerging stocks, I'm like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to think about this. I want to set this up to be automated and then offload that from my brain in some automated system that just like, don't want to waste my time thinking about it. But getting there is definitely a chart. It's always like, there's like a bunch of flow charts like this. I'm a sucker for a good flow chart where it's like, you have like essentially it's like basic savings. You know, basic is the median. I'm gonna put savings, where it's like you want to get like $1,000 in savings, and then there's that combined with like debt. There's savings, debt, and I'll put budget. Tracking. I'll put tracking here. It's a bit better. Like this is like step 1. Step 1 goals. I'm not turning this into a finance stream, but this is where I'd start. Where it's like there's step 1 to do about debt, current debt. There's step 1 goals hit for savings, and there's step 1 goals for tracking. And like from here, you can build out like an entire financial plan or goals or like that span like 1 to 10 years. The problem is, and this is my problem with online advice for a lot of these things, if there's a bigger bucket, this is in proportion, that people don't mention, but it's implied and kind of can come across as kind of condescending, which is just like, make more money. Like there's this implied step here that is never talked about or often like brushed under the rug. And it's just like, oh yeah, save up to $1,000, like do those things, when it's like, when this advice is given for people like, you know, like I work 3 jobs, I work at minimum wage, like I drive, you know, I do Uber Eats to get by. And like someone who's like, I make $600K at a tech company, let me tell you about debt man. Like, I don't know. There's often like a gap between people who were in step 1, like this step in 2008 versus 2025. It's like when someone shares a resume or asks for like job application advice, I sometimes start like, part of me wants to give them job application advice, or like resume advice. I had to stop myself because like the last time I, honest to God, worked on my resume was like 2017. Was the last time I, honest to God, thought about my resume and gave it any deep amount of thought. The last time I actually applied to a job where I needed to get a new job was 2017. Because I had a shitty job. I worked at Facebook. I worked at Facebook for 6 months in 2017. And I started there. They paid me a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I 100% did it for the money. But I got there. I was 4 months in. I was like, I cannot work for Facebook anymore. This was like the culture, the people, the job itself. Everything about it was absolutely not my vibe. I enjoyed the free breakfast burritos, the espresso bar, and the paycheck. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. That was the last time I applied for jobs in earnest to get out of there. But since then, for the last 8 years, I have not tried. And the job market in 2025 is fundamentally different than 2017. So if someone's asking for job advice, I'm just like, I can tell you my experience, but like what I did in 2017 just doesn't apply anymore. Like it's with generative AI and ChatGPT and everything, like this market is so different from this market. And I've stopped like the last time I interviewed somebody was 2020 or so. I don't even interview people anymore. Like, I don't know. Like this, like I should not give advice, or I can, but it might not be applied. Oh yes. I think that's part of this tracking step, which I think gets overshadowed. People talk about like, oh, save up an emergency fund or pay off your high interest debt. That's my, in case anyone read, that's my like Redditor voice. Like, got to pay off your high interest debt or go to get your savings rate up to 60% to reach your financial goals. Tracking your spending and having the introspective moment to ask what actually makes you happy and what is worth spending money on to make you happy is such an important overlooked step of that, like that mindfulness about it. Absolutely critical. I have like, I had exes. My ex-wife was deeply unhappy, depressed. One could say, if you were to say get therapy and diagnose her, would shop for clothes all the time for that like dopamine rush of buying clothes. But then like that functionally didn't make her happy in the long run. It was just a temporary reprieve, expensive one, for what would actually make her truly happy. And it's like, look at what you're spending on and does it make you happy? And I think that's an important question. Or converse to that, what would make you happy if you could spend money on it? It's a common problem. If you look at any sort of like, I love this problem. I don't actually love this problem. I'm amused by this problem. You get like people in tech. This is a tech person problem. We're like, oh, I've saved up money to retire early. I'm going to quit my job and retire. Finally, after working 10 years or 8 years or 25 years or 40 years or whatever, people retire, they quit their job, and they realize they don't have anything. Like they'd never built up hobbies. They'd never built up a personality. They were just their job. And they retire and they're just like at a loss. And like, they're sad and bored and whatever. And it's like, I think a lot of people go through this when they retire at like 65 or 70 or whatever the retirement age is. But young people do it too. And it's like, have a life. Find things that make you happy outside of your job. Or if your job makes you happy, identify what in your job does make you happy and find hobbies that let you recreate that thing. That's my Sandwich Pro tip of the day. Write that one down. But like, for me, there's things that I know that I do that don't bring me joy for the cost, so I don't do them. I'm like, I was worried about my dad. My dad retired 3 years ago. There was a moment where I was threatening to retire. I threatened to retire. This was when I was in a relationship, so my expenses were lower. And I was before the stock market, one of the stock market drops, but I was almost on the verge of retiring a couple of years ago. And life changes, broke up, expenses went up because of that. It's fine. I'm like, oh, I'm going to retire in like a year. And my dad was still working at the time. And he's like, he had a moment of panic and he's like, I can't have my son retire before me. So he ended up retiring. And I actually had a legitimate concern that like he would retire from his job and not have anything and be bored, essentially, and not have anything to do. Oh no, Jared, no. Oh, I have my own story of that. But fortunately, my father retired and he just like, it's like, I don't know, but he's taking so many yard projects and gardening and like managing, upgrading his house and doing all these things. So he's fine. He ended up being fine. But like, cause growing up, I never saw my dad like sit down and read a book or like watch a movie or like, he was always busy because he like worked a full-time job and come home and like work in the yard and do things. So I had that concern for him, but he was fine. He was thankfully fine. Oh, I know. I remember in, what was it, college? My family has a history of making shitty, yeah. So I was in college when Bitcoin came out. And I remember the first summer. So Google, it came out January 2009. I was back home for summer, like freshman year of college, senior year of college. And Bitcoin just came out and I was reading about it on Slashdot for the first time. And I was like, oh, this sounds kind of neat. I'm like, I wonder if I should spend some money and like buy like $50 worth of Bitcoin. I'm just like, oh, it's a lot of money. I can't afford it. Like, yeah, it's probably a passing fad. If I had bought $50 of Bitcoin, 2011 or whatever it was, God damn it, past Sanish. You should have done it. You should have done it. USD. Oh. So I'm trying to do some math here. Depressing math. The other one, my grandfather died in, Ostobafun, thanks for joining. I googled it, it's fine, I'm not gonna ask Rock. My grandfather died in 1997. 98, 96, 97. When he passed away, had life insurance policy, financial advice. My grandmother in 1998, 1999 maybe, had a chunk of money from his life insurance policy to invest. And she in 1999 had the decision about whether she was debating between investing in Apple stock, because they had an Apple computer at the time. My grandfather was big in Apple, or investing into Yum Goody. Yum Goody is the company, the parent company, Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell. She chose in 1999 to put, like, let's say it was $10,000. It was more like $50,000. Like $50,000 into Yum Goody stock instead of Apple stock. And every now and then, I think about that. I think about that more deeply than I should. Like, God damn it, Grandma. My late grandma. She's dead now. Why didn't you put $50,000 in Apple stock in the 90s? Yeah, I know. You did the math for me. Why'd you do that math? Absolutely miserable. Mostly I am, also fun, I am chatting, and I got into the subject of personal finances and life decisions, and I'm not actually drawing. I'm just drinking wine on a Friday afternoon, and I'm almost out of wine, and I'm drawing things. I also drew like a life chart here of a crazy person scribbles. It's okay. That was my one venture in crypto coin was not buying that cryptocurrency in 2010 for $50. I think it's because it required like a bunch of hoops. Like in 2010 to buy cryptocurrency it was hard. It was hard to do. And like, I didn't want to go through it. The other one was in, this is now, unfortunately, I'm still upset about this. In 2013, I want to say, Dogecoin came out 2013, 2012-ish. And it was pure uncut memes. There was no political affiliations. It wasn't ruined by anybody to have any sort of like connotations. It was just uncut memes. And like, while in graduate school, I had my little MacBook Pro, and I mined Dogecoin in my work office on my personal laptop for like a couple of weeks there. And I mined like 400 Dogecoin, and it was worth like 0.002 cents at the time. And I did it purely for the memes. Absolutely no expectation of being worth money. And I just looked it up, and it is now worth $100. And I'm like, ridiculous. This should not be worth that much money. This should not have any sort of weird political connotations now. Thank you, America, for the last several years. Ruining things for me. Ruining my pure uncut meme joy. Upsetting. Absolutely upsetting. Poor Dogecoin. So, if anyone's actually curious, let's see, here we go. So back to my personal finance scribbles. Because someone asked me this earlier. My portfolio is great. 5% cash. 80% total market VT stocks. If you're going to invest in anything, invest in 8 VT stocks. And then 15% company stocks. So this is currently Apple, Microsoft, because I work there, and the current company I work at, which I'm not going to list, because I list out the current company I work at. I have to give a bunch of disclaimers and then like report things. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then people come in and be like, oh, you work for that company? Let me give you my hot takes about that company. I'm like, guys, I'm not on the studio. I don't work on the games directly. I'm on a central tech team. My dashboards might have the name of games on them, but they don't actually have any impact. Once I quit, though, I'll say where I worked. Haha. And just dox myself. Like saying I work at Microsoft and Facebook doesn't dox me, because those companies are like 140, like Microsoft's like 130,000 people currently work at Microsoft. Everyone in the Puget Sound has like, throw a stone and you hit someone who worked at Microsoft. You have Facebook. A bunch of people worked at Facebook. That's not unique. Also, but fun. I'm doing great because as of the start of the stream, I'm on vacation for a week. And here we go. Let's just draw a calendar here. Here's a calendar. So we're going to go Friday. Oh, no. Or Sunday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to draw my calendar for you. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. Here's my impromptu calendar schedule. I I'm delightfully on vacation for a whole week. Also, I left work today on the verge of escalating an issue to a senior vice president. I was like, if you don't give me the permission to access this database, I will escalate this up the chain for this company to this senior vice president, and if needed, to the CTO of the company. Thank you very much. I flip between in my work of not caring and being very chill and laid back to being like, this is a hill I will die on. I will fight you tooth and nail. And today someone triggered my I will fight you tooth and nail because it had to do some with dumb security policies about accessing data. And I'm like, I need this to do my job. I need this to report things. And if you do not give me access to this thing, I will escalate it until my boss's boss, senior vice president, talks to your, like, someone 5 people up above you in your organization and shut you down and get this changed. Which is, usually I stream, right now I'm streaming RimWorld. Previously I was streaming Factorio and other games. Sorry, I blame red wine streams. Factorio, RimWorld, Oblivion, Civilization, Final sometimes. I'm looking through my personal folders here. Souls-like, Monster Wild, Infinity Nikki, Baldur's Gate. I did full Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 playthrough. Avowed a little bit. Anno 1800. The new Anno's coming out soon. Shit. Valheim. Satisfactory. That was another one. I didn't do full Satisfactory run. I did Satisfactory in and out there. Dyson Sphere Project. Usually I do at least one. I did my first game I streamed was Dark Souls because my favorite game. So when I first started streaming a year and a half ago, I streamed through Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring in sequence. I did Dark Souls 1 at the start of this year for the Return to Lordran event. Also for my 1-year streaming anniversary. I'm thinking about getting back into... I've been keeping an eye on Nier Automata and Cyberpunk 2077 as the next game to play. So they're both on sale right now. And I played Nier Automata, but kind of turned out of it, but I'm kind of convinced to go back into it. So I might play those. I'm not sure I'm going to stream them or not. I'm not sure how streamable those games are. But I might. I think I enjoy, like, honestly, looking at my YouTube statistics. I get much more engagement from chatting games and factory games. I turned out of Claire Mascara 42. Right? And get demonetized. Claire Obscure, I do have a Discord server, but it's currently not open yet. That is on my streamer to-do list. Currently, I've invited friends, because I'm in part of a community Discord, it's like 100 people, and I had like a come watch me stream thread that I eventually split off into a Discord server. And I've mixed 2 friends groups in there, which is very dangerous. If you have 2 different friend groups, and one is an online friend group that's fairly queer, and one's a bunch of normies, and you mix them together, you're always like, oh, it's risky. It's risky. I do plan to open it up at some point. I just need to like sit down and go through like how to set up moderation, rules, blah, 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 streambot commands. So you can do that whole like type !Discord in the chat to get the invite. So I do need to do that. Currently, I have not done that. I'll have going live notifications. I do have the going live notification set up because that was fun to set up because of like a bunch of webhooks and things. Oh, no kidding. The problem is like the Halloween party I'm going to on late October is going to be blending those friend groups. I'm having 1 to 2 from my what I consider my normie friend group getting merged with my queer internet friend group, and I'm just like, oh boy. It's not completely queer, but it's fine. Like, I'm friends with groups, right? And I'm like, I'm not sure what direction. Like, if you introduce 2 different friend groups to each other, like, you have this like moment of like, you feel responsible for both sides, and like you're like, Group A, don't be embarrassing. Group B, don't be embarrassing. And you're just like, wait, these are reasonable people. They're all adults. They can take care of themselves. And there's nothing wrong with being a normie, like most people are. And it's going to be like, I'll just be standing there like in my thigh highs and my maid outfit, like, okay, everybody, here's my friend. He is perfectly normal and reasonable. Here are my other friends. They're perfectly normal and reasonable people. Please don't. My fear is like people from one side of the group won't like the other, or they'll have a bad time, and like I'll feel emotionally like responsible when I shouldn't be. And that's just me projecting my own social anxiety on the situation, which honestly, like my friends in group A, my online Discord server, they're all nice, personable, charming people. The one friend who's definitely coming, he better be definitely coming, is a very like extroverted, charming, likable individual who is like, I've never seen not get along with people. And if he brings his wife is even more charming and interesting than him. And so like, that's a big win right there. She's like a vet at a zoo. Like that's super cool. Everyone will love her. If she doesn't come, like that's fine, I guess. I invited another friend who's also a charming, likable individual who also has a much more interesting and personable wife. Group A is 100% going to outmaid Group B. Group B, when I said, do you want to come to a Halloween party with a bunch of internet friends? Their response was like, can I dress up as the Titan sub? That was their response for their outfit idea, which one would go over great. Would go over, especially if they do it as a group cosplay with the other friend I invited. 10 out of 10. But it's less like, it's less about being interesting and more of just being friendly. Because I've definitely met people and had office mates who were super boring, would not want to invite to a party. I feel like if there's somebody I want to hang out with individually or talk with individually, like they're interesting people, or if they're not interesting people, they're wanting to engage with people who are interesting, you know? It's like, oh, I'm a very socially anxious, awkward person, to which some people will not believe me, but it's because like, if I am friends with you and talking with you, it means I've gotten over that anxiety. But like, I am deeply socially anxious. I am like I should probably go to therapy about this, but I'm not going to though. So no. I am going to stream and call that therapy. That's my solution. Wodokai is a great anime, not business setting though. I didn't learn I was socially anxious until I saw Watamode in 2016 or so, which is the first time I learned what social anxiety was. And I saw it in an anime and I'm like, oh shit, that's how I feel. It's not, one, it was like a, that's not just me moment, followed by, there is a word for this feeling and it's called social anxiety. 2, I could then look up what social anxiety was. And it was like such a huge help in my self-identity and like journey of self-improvement and self-reflection that like Watamode, I bought all the manga and have it all caught up on it. It is like one of my top animes of all time. It's not for everyone. Top mangas for all time. Holds a place near and dear to my heart. And it kills me that a Tomoko figurine costs $300 goddamn dollars on eBay when it's a prize figure, that pop-up parade figure that initially sold for $35. The agony, the absolute agony of it. So I'm mixing friend groups. It's going to be a risk. I think that's Otaku no Ko Wodokai. Is that a Japanese name? Yeah, that's Wodokai. Yeah. I love Wodokai. It's about otakus in the workplace of different types. And it was a romance about adults, goddammit. Anytime I've seen anime, like any romance anime that's about adults who have jobs, and I am just like, fantastic. Thank goodness. What I like about Wodokai a lot is it gives a good representation that people can be otaku nerds about different subjects. And one of those subjects people can be otaku about is sports. And that most hardcore American sports fans are otakus about sports. They're obsessed with it. They learn a bunch of facts about it. They watch it religiously. They buy merch for their sports fans and their sports teams. They dress up in sports cosplay and go to sporting events together. They have fan clubs. Like, sports fans are otaku nerds. And like, they have to accept that. And like, I think baseball fans get classified as nerds more readily than other sports fans. But it's like, because they talk about batting averages and things, right? But like, it is a separate thing. So anyway, I have a Halloween party, going to be mixing friend groups, very nervous about it. But if they all show up, it's going to be a great time. Because my friends are all friendly, nice people. Like, if you're not a friendly, nice person, that's fine. Or if you don't think you're interesting, if you take interest in the person you're talking to's interest, that's the key to success. Like, not even like a fake interest, but like a genuine interest. Like, if someone is passionate about something and really loves it, they're so interesting to talk to. Like, absolutely tell me about your niche Vocaloid. Tell me about Len. I say that as if I don't have a Hatsune Miku figure pre-order coming soon. It's fine. And I was looking at a friend's Tito gifts. I'm like, should I join that server? Because those gifts are pretty great. I'm like, no. It's mildly targeted. Look, sometimes you get into the Vocaloids late and you realize you really like the Vocaloids and you wish you got into Vocaloids earlier. But if you're into something, don't be afraid to talk about it if someone asks what you're interested in. I had an office mate and I've talked about him for a couple times, and I swear to God, I think, what was his name? It wasn't Jared. That's your name. It wasn't Brian. That was somebody else. Daniel? Oh, I talked to a friend about, I brought him up recently. Darren. It was Darren. Ha, that's it. Going through my Rolodex of generic white names in my head. I think I had another coworker named Jared, and that's why I was like going through my Rolodex brain of past coworkers, who was like, I don't say this lightly. Wait, was it Darren or was it Brian? Fuck, one of those two. The most boring human being I've ever interacted with in my life. He was from Ohio. If you're from Ohio, I don't mean this in an insulting way at all. Everyone I met from Ohio is super boring. I don't know if it's just the people from Ohio who then move for a job out to the West Coast. I don't know if this holds beyond people I've met, but if you're from Ohio, you have been the most boring people I've met in my life, categorically. And if you're from like Illinois, if you're from Kentucky, if you're from like the South, Texas, Minnesota, like all those other states are either super interesting, or they're super nice and friendly. They have fun accents. They go, oh, and they're standing up after ending a conversation. Like, they'll talk to you about Appalachia or like hillbillies or like moonshine. What's that name? There's like a hillbilly theme park near Dollywood. Like, they'll talk about these really cool, like niche cultural things. Then there's Ohio. I'm like, I don't get it, Ohio. You just have nothing? It's fine. From Ohio. I think Kansas is another one. Kansas falls in that category as well. Sorry, Kansas. Though the people I met from Kansas were interesting, but that maybe because they escaped from Kansas. It's a different vibe. He's from Ohio. Most boring person I ever met. I roomed with him for a conference for 5 days. I hung out with this man for 3 days. And I mentioned him on stream before because I can't, like, do you ever meet somebody who, like, their whole personality and vibe gets lodged like a thorn in your brain of like, how does this person exist? How do they live their life? And you never figure it out. And to this day, that kind of haunts you that you never quite did. And it's not like they were a bad person. They weren't unkind. They weren't toxic. They weren't a narcissist or a psychopath. They weren't like mean. They didn't like commit crimes. The person was just boring. They were just a boring person. And I tried to crack the nut of like, what is this person like? And I'd ask them like, oh, hey Darren, or hey Brian. I think I've had 2 instances of this, and that's why it sticks in my brain. What do you do for fun? What are you doing? Like, oh, I read the news. And I'm like, and Anything else? Watching any shows? Marvel movies? Do you like go out and do things? Do you exercise? It's like, oh, I just read the news. And that's all he would ever say. And I was just like, my God, say something. I don't care what it is. I don't care. So if you don't think you're interesting, and I used to be that way. I used to say like, oh, I'm not interesting. The news is boring. He was so boring. And he didn't want to talk about, he didn't want to talk about the news itself. He would just say, I read the news, and like, that was it. End of conversation. Maybe he hated me. Possible. But I'm a very charming, likable person. I mean, that's the part I'm struggling with. So I used to say I'm boring. I used to say, oh, I'm not a very interesting person. I'm not very interesting. And then I got over myself like 3-4 years ago. And I was like an adult, and I'm like, I need to learn to make friends. And then I would like say like, oh, I'm not that interesting. And then I'd like start talking to people, and I'd realize that like, oh, maybe I am interesting. I started gaslighting myself that I'm a charming, interesting person that people like to listen to. And then people were like, yeah, you are interesting and charming. We do like talking to you. I'm like, oh shit. Maybe I'm popular. I still don't believe it. I think people are just gaslighting me. But if you're interested in something and people like, bring it up in conversation. People now talk about things like anime like on the regular now. People talk about manga and like K-pop and VTubers and video games and MMOs and like LARPing and like all these like niche hobbies that used to be like kind of on more the hidden side, you know, like you get bullied for it, you know. People just talk about now, and there was like, I'm still not emotionally recovered from anime being popular. I have not seen awesome fun. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and I have to see it because I have a karaoke scheduled in late September, and people are going to be singing K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm like, God damn it, I need to watch it before then. Because one, I've heard the songs. I've heard some songs, and like, these are pretty good songs, but I need to actually watch it. The problem is I don't have a Netflix subscription, and I don't want to subscribe to Netflix, so I need to find someone to mooch it off of Netflix in order to watch it. I could just like do like an anime watch party at my new condo and be like, hey, 3 to 4 people come over to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Anyone have a Netflix login? Haha. We'll see. It's on my to-do list and I need to do it. K-pop, I don't think K-pop Demon Hunter is on Crunchyroll. I have Crunchyroll and I get High Dive. Yes, Netflix only. I do High Dive every now and then. I'll need to High Dive soon because Call of the Night is one of my favorite animes, and season 2 is on High Dive right now. Netflix only. God damn it, Netflix. God damn it. And Netflix is so expensive now. I'm like, oh, do you want Netflix with ads? I'm like, if you make me watch an ad, I will tear out my own eyeballs and throw them in the trash. Like, I do not want to watch ads. Oh, Delicious Dungeon. Oh man, Call of the Night. I absolutely love Call of the Night. Call of the Night is it's essentially like lo-fi the anime. It's about high school. You ignore the fact they're in high school. It's one of those animes where you kind of ignore the ages a little bit, who just like kind of decides to drop out of high school and just like walk around and hang around his city at night, and has a banger soundtrack, and it's got some really cool art styles. And then this kid just walking around in the middle of the night and meets a vampire who's also kind of loafing about in life and about their relationship. It's great. I recommend Call of the Night. I love it. I have a scale Nazuna figure atop my display case. I watched episode 1 of Lord of Mysteries, and I'm like, there's a lot going on here. I'm not tracking all of it. My audio died. Background music. Don't be a star. That's me. Oh no, I hit the end of the track here. Let's go. Let's pick another one. Give me a second here. Let me go to my music. Suzuki BGM. And let's go playlist. Let's go with this one. I watched one episode. I'm like, there's a lot within on this first episode. I like the art style. I like kind of the Bloodborne Victorian era setting, but I didn't quite get pulled in. I was told by coworkers I need to watch episode 4 to get pulled in. It was giving me a lot of like Bakano vibes. Lord of Mystery giving that Bakano vibes in terms of like the intensity of the mystery, but without quite grabbing me the same way. Clavetis is on my watch list. Apothecary's Diaries is fantastic. 9 out of 10. Apothecary Diaries. I've read all the manga for it. I've watched every episode of it. It's great. It is absolutely great. Apothecary Diaries, wonderful. And it's I definitely recommend it. I loved everything about it. It's in that autistic girl main character trend that we had in a couple anime along those lines. But it's great. It's great. But Lord of Mysteries. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, Ascension of the Bookworm is one where honestly, I think I watched only a couple episodes of the anime and then binge read all the light novels. No, you know what it is? I fell into the trap. I fell into the trap where you watch one season of an anime and you really like it, but the next season isn't out yet. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go read the manga. And you read a couple manga and you realize the manga is not the source material and it's not caught up. And you go back and read the light novels to get to the source material and you catch up on the light novels. And you start paying money for the light novels because you want to catch up and buy them legally because you're a paying adult who has a real job who can afford these things and you want the author to get paid. So I binge read through all those Ascensions of the Bookworm, though I have not read the latest arc, which is based on one of the other characters. I need to though. To be fair, if you buy the source material for Apothecary Diaries, the author did get a little bit arrested for tax evasion. But who here isn't a manga artist who gets arrested for tax evasion? I think she got the charges, she paid the fees, or whatever, so they're back. But yes, then you get in that rabbit hole, and you get sucked in, and you just read all the light novels, and you catch up with them, which is fun. I just finished reading last night. So I have two library systems where I live. I have the county library, so the King County Library System, which I've been doing for a while. And now that I'm back in city proper for Seattle, I have the Seattle Public Library System. And both these libraries have a lot of manga. They have a lot of manga and a lot of light novels. Someone in their purchasing department is a big weeb. And I'm about 2 blocks away from one of the branches of the library. So I realized I can put holds on physical manga once more. And so I got a series called My Androgynous Boyfriend, which it's 5 volumes only. So it's finished. But I really liked it. I really liked My Androgynous Boyfriend. It isn't a deep manga. It's just like kind of a slice of life romance about adults. It's about adults with adult relationships. I'm like, thank God they have jobs. They have jobs and they're adults. Is that so much to ask for? But as the name states, it's about a woman and her boyfriend who's an androgynous beautiful boy. It's great. I liked it a lot. I recommend it. Then I was looking up what more the author wrote, and I was on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia was like, My Androgynous Boyfriend is the very first work of this author that wasn't yaoi. I'm like, I'm not sure where to take this. But it's an interesting statement to make. I got sidetracked. So how am I doing? I'm doing great because I'm on vacation right here. So this is today. This is the 8th, right? No, this is my off of work. I'm on vacation. So I'm off of work from the 8th. So today's 8th to the 8, 15, 16, 17. I watched Mashable Cat is Depressed. When I was drawing Arafella, one of my references was I was using Saki as a reference because absolute fantastic. I think the picture I fell in love with was this one of her in this green striped short sleeve sweater. I saw the one I fell in love with, and so when I drew Arafella for an OC, she was a big basis for that look. Arafella ended up looking like this for my sweet quality chibi drawings. By the way, notice I have not drawn absolutely anything. It's been 2 hours. Haha. Didn't see that coming. So Master Cat Depressed. I did enjoy it. But I see what I'm doing. I'm on vacation. So what I like about taking a week off of work, by the way, is like I'm taking a week off, but it's really 2 weekends. It's 9 days off. I'm just like, oh, delightful. I've read all of Chainsaw Man. I read the Chainsaw Man for the first story. They have the newer chapters that I'm not caught up on. But I will one day. I'm probably just planning like I'll need resubs on Shonen Jump at some point to catch up on Chainsaw Man, Frieren, and Spy Family are those Shonen Jump animes, or Shonen Jump or Viz, whichever one of those. As long as it's not 7 Seas Publishing, or 7 Seas is like, we're never gonna, you can only buy full volumes. I'm like, oh, come on, man, get over yourself. So I'm on vacation. Off of work for this week. Eat a whole lot of work. But I'm having adult summer camp. Is one of the things I want to talk about. From Monday all the way through Friday. Adult summer camp. So excited. I watched season 1 of One Punch Man, but I didn't keep up with it. Oh man, Kaiju 8 is great. I've been watching it. I'm always torn between like binge watching an anime and saving it. If you want one that is a bit darker, maybe a bit brutal, Takopi's Original Sin, 10 out of 10. It is a hard watch, but it is so well done. Takopi's Original Sin. See, it's only 6 episodes. It's completed. It does lead with 2 full content warnings. So do adhere to those content warnings. Which is funny because I was watching it alongside another anime that had a content warning, which was Grand Blue. I was watching the first season of Grand Blue Dreaming because I read the manga and never watched the anime, and that also has a content warning. But its content warning is all these characters are overage and you shouldn't binge drink. I'm like, that's a content warning I can get behind. Kaguya-sama, Love is War is a great romance anime. It is high school. I need to open up my anime list and take a look. The problem with recommendations is I have to have my anime list up because I never remember what I've rated, and I always break my ratings down into, type my password in here, into, most people rate animes like on the 1 to 10 scale based on how much where they think the quality of the anime is, and I often base it based on how likely am I to recommend it. So romance, let's see what's some other good romances. Kaguya-sama Loves War is good. It's not a romance. Look Back was good. Not romance. Definitely not romances. I liked Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. As someone who's if you're a VTuber, you're mildly a Chunibyo. I like Dress Up Darling, but like, I mean, I'm caught up on the manga. Don't get me wrong. So I like Dress Up Darling a lot, but watching people talk about it and not accepting that it is a shonen anime made for men kills me. It absolutely kills me. Like, oh, this is like a shoujo anime. I'm like, this is not a shoujo anime. This is a shonen anime. Everybody. I've not watched Golden Time. Watamode, oh, not a love story. Other romance ones. The problem is I like slice of life, cute girls doing cute things anime. Isekais, adults with jobs. Recovery of an MMO junkie I like because they're like, here's someone who's hella burned out at their job and quits to play an MMO. I'm just like, yes, that's the anime I want. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Senpai was better than I expected. Bit of a romance anime. Let's see, villainous anime, slice of life anime, isekai. I've trash chasing anime, and I'm accepting of this. I liked So it's hard for the first couple episodes, and it gets better in the manga, but don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. I like a lot, but it does start off with like a bit too heavy on the bullying side, which is kind of hard to watch if you've ever been bullied, which a lot of people have been bullied in the anime community. But it definitely develops better over this course of the manga. Rattle's not dream of Santa Claus. Let's see. Executioner's on her way. Life is a mild romance. Very mild. Just barely Konosuba. So these are not. Birdie Wing is a romance. Call Night is a romance, technically. Skip and Loafer was good. Animes. I'm currently in my 8th section. Tomo-chan is a girl is good. I think that was on Netflix though. Netflix. I don't watch as much romance. Makene, Too Many Losing Heroines was good. Your Lie in April was good. I have a couple I need to watch. I have not seen Senko-san the Helpful Fox, so I do use the gifts from it in Discord very frequently. That is one on my to watch list. And that's called typecasting. I know. Alright, adding to my list. Putting my pen in my mouth. Let's see. Oh, it's on Crunchyroll. Perfect. I'm going to add it to my list right now. Oh, I'm signed in. Perfect. What I sometimes do is so I'm going to Japan in November, December by myself. I'm doing a 3-week trip by myself to Japan. I've done it before, but I often have a lot of downtime because I need introvert quiet time because Japan is very overwhelming on your own. And trying to stream Crunchyroll from Japan with an American account is you're shit out of luck. So I do it the offline mode, and I download a bunch of anime to my iPad or laptop to watch while in Japan. And so I save up series like Sanko-san and Helpful Fox to binge watch while traveling. So there's definitely some anime I need to watch or add that in my to watch list that I just need to buckle down and watch. March Comes in Line I've not watched. None on Biori I've not watched. A couple of Cuckoos I've not watched. Link Click I've not watched. Singing a Bit of Harmony, Sign of Affection, The New Spice and Wolf, Sound Euphonium, Tower of God I've not watched. I heard Summer Pockets and Kowloon's Generic Romance are good. Look at those. Yeah, sometimes you watch an anime, you hit a point where you're just you know what? I don't feel comfortable watching this anymore, so I'm going to drop it. I definitely have a couple animes like that where I was watching it, I'm just oh, this became actively bad very fast. For various reasons. Dan. It's there's some plot points and things they could have removed from the anime and done some selective editing to make it a million times better. But then there's some things you're just God damn it, people, don't do this. Just don't. It doesn't advance the plot. It doesn't advance the characters. It's just don't. Just don't. Is that too much to ask? I started watching one this season called Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant that's billed as I'm an ex-adventurer going to open a fantasy restaurant. And then it just had here's some sexual assault. And you're Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be a lighthearted anime about opening a fantasy restaurant. It's no, and I just it's hardcore dropped it. I'm just absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm trying to watch a cozy ass anime here. Don't you do this to me. It's right, I just want slow and lighthearted anime. Or the occasional absolutely brutal, one of my favorite animes is Higurashi. I love Higurashi, but it is hella brutal. But it's one of the first non-Toonami anime I watched, and so it has a deep, deep place of love in my heart. Oh man, Ghost Stories dub. It's on my I'm going to be hosting a Ghost Stories dub watch party at some point by the end of the year. Because I have a couple friends who are in that same exact boat as you. I'm just we all have seen clips of Ghost Stories dub. And we all kind of want to watch it. But I don't think anyone wants to watch it alone. So I'm going to host a couple people. I'm not sure how many yet, because I don't know how, like, honestly, I haven't had guests over to watch anime, so I'm not sure how many I can reasonably fit in my new place. But then we're gonna do a Ghost Stories dub watch party and see, one, how many can we watch, and like, how bad is it? So that's on the list of, like, you watch an anime and you sometimes get surprised, like, oh, this is really like not good. Like, not good in many ways. Ghost Stories dub, like, you going in like, this is going to be bonkers offensive, and you're in for that ride. You go in for that ride and you're just ready for it, and it works out. You kind of like go past it to being the absolute satire and parody. Then some just don't do it, and you're like, this is bad. With that list there. But sometimes TikTok gives me like reaction videos of people watching Ghost Stories dub clips, and you're just like, this has got to be absolutely awful. So I was drawing here. I watched like 2 episodes of Shangri-La Frontier, and then binge read a couple volumes of the manga, like 4 or 5 volumes of the manga, like past season 2 or season 1. And it was good. I liked it just because, like, I enjoy isekai animes. I enjoy isekai slop animes. I'll defend it. Shangri-La Frontier, technically not an isekai. It is a VR MMO, which makes you really wish we had VR MMO technology. Give me that deep dive headset. Give me that, what's it called? Sword Art Online experience. That's the MMO I want. I say that. I've only done VR headsets once in my time. I've done VR headsets once. I interviewed to work at VR Chat. Oh, good luck. Godspeed. Enjoy your 1,400 episodes. I interviewed to work at VR Chat, and the full loop in-person interviews were done in VR Chat. So I borrowed a friend's VR Chat headset, and I did a full loop professional interview as a 3D cat girl. That was great. I enjoyed it. I didn't get the job, but I enjoyed it. And they had like 60% layoffs the next month. So you know what? Good for them for not hiring me. That's fun. Interesting experience though. So we're here. We're here on Friday. Death March? I don't know Death March. Sometimes you just want to like binge watch 12 anime episodes in 2 days. Death March of Parallel World Rhapsody. It's on Crunchyroll. Oh god, the summary. Sato, aka Ichiro Suzuki, is a programmer in the middle of a death march. He is supposed to be taking a nap, but somehow wakes up in another world. I feel there's been a couple of animes of just like overworked office worker goes down to take a break and dies. And now they're in an isekai. It's like, part of it's like, we've all been there. We've all been there in some ways. I think my favorite subgenre of isekai, I think I ever watched Restaurant in the Universe. The restaurant isekais I like a lot. I like the ones where, the food ones. I love the trope of a person gets isekai'd and then one of their goals to try to recreate Japanese food because they think it's the greatest thing on God's green earth. I love that trope. I love the trope of someone gets reincarnated through an isekai world and their only goal is to have like a slow, easy, low-key life. They're just like, no drama. I just want to like live a cabin in the woods and have it easy. And they're like secretly overpowered and they have to deal with like that part of being super overpowered and like living that slow life. Great. I love it. That idea of just quiet quitting and just like retiring from the world. Wonderful. I know they're just like Mayo or it's like, what was it? Realist hero rebuilds a kingdom. He's just like, oh, these people have soy, and his like he just finds soy sauce and he just like, and rice, and he's like, my life has changed forever. I like campfire cooking in another world. Not campfire cooking in another world. I like that one too. But reincarnated as a sword. If you are older, I 100% recommend reincarnated as a sword, because essentially this guy, middle-aged man, dies, gets reincarnated as a sentient sword, and gets picked up by a cat girl, and like his whole career becomes like a dad figure for this cat girl, and it is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. But the one thing he introduces to the world is Japanese curry, and everyone is like, oh my god, curry is like the most amazing innovation in cooking in the world. Which is funny because I'm going to be making Japanese curry after the stream. Haha. Yeah, the shopping power, that was campfire cooking. He had the ability to have like an online shopping interface and buy things and deposit money and be like, I guess I'm just going to buy some bottled water and pre-made meals. Oh man. And there's been a couple. I think the first one, the campfire cooking, where they first did it, where it's like, I think what I like about isekais is they take the, like, if we take generic fantasy world A and we put in a character into it and we give them this weird power, this weird quirk, how would the world react to the presence of this person with that weird power, and kind of using that as like the narrative launching point for exploring that idea. I think it gives a good narrative framework so the author doesn't need to spend a lot of time world building when that's not what they want to focus on. They want to focus on like, well, what if you just had an OP cooking skill in a fantasy world? Like, what would happen? What would that look like? I think that's what appeals to me, the isekai as a genre, is that kind of like commonality of tropes that let you explore things without wasting like 600 Brandon Sanderson-esque pages describing a magic system that no one really cares about. They're like, bam, we have magic, you have talking monsters, you have some alchemy, you have a adventurers guild with different ranks. World set up, let's go. Which is why I really want to run a D&D campaign in a generic isekai world. I want to run an isekai D&D campaign. I want to do it because, one, it is like, it's set up to run a D&D campaign. You have a board with like, you have a board to take quests. You have ranks your players can achieve to. You could have a vague, menacing, evil bad guy in the distance. You could have a beginning adventurers town. You can have your players, as part of the isekai process, make their characters to justify how they made their selections. All my friends who I play D&D with are normies who don't watch anime, so they won't be familiar with any of these tropes. So they'll think I'm super original. That's a big win. I'm not going to correct them. They have, they'll think they're going to start out with like some hardcore isekai adventure. They're going to devolve into Konosuba. I know they're going to devolve into Konosuba. They know they're going to devolve into Konosuba. They're going to start a cult. They'll get into wars with people. They'll bring multi-level marketing in. I'm going to have to figure out the homebrewed rules for running a pub. It will be great. But that's the future. That's the future. And if I get to that point where I'm DMing again, I'll definitely 100% share DM related content on this channel in these chatting streams. Like, what did my players do this week? But part of that would end up being whenever you're thinking about future D&D campaigns as a DM or as a player, you always ask yourself the very, 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 very important question. Should we add someone new to our D&D group? Right? You always have people leave. But there's always that risk of like, do you add somebody new? Will they have the same appreciation for the type of humor and hijinks we get up to? Will they have the same regularity of schedule to actually join us on time? And I have one person scouted out, who I scouted out like a week ago, where they made some comments about how they play D&D. I'm just like, oh shit, this person may be a good fit. I haven't told them. I haven't brought it up with them. I don't want to give any false promises. But I told my group, I'm like, I might have someone we can scout for our next campaign. Oh man, see, I think I saw that one and I'm like, that doesn't look good. And I'm like, bah, I threw it aside. But I have my sights set on someone else, potentially invite to a D&D campaign. Which is funny because it's like the first time, it'll be interesting to see how it goes, because this D&D group has gone to fairly well like a decent balance in terms of like not being a walking podcast of a bunch of white men. We had a good mix. Then we lost 2 people, and then all of a sudden we were looking around and we were like, this is a very white group of people. So I'm looking like, can we add a woman back into the group to mix it up? All right, thanks for joining, Jared. I'm probably gonna be logging off. I can probably take off soon. I need to cook myself dinner and make that Japanese curry for myself. Thank you for joining. I will probably stream RimWorld this weekend. I said 10 a.m. on Saturday, but I just promised to be the Group A and a person introducing Group A to Group B and meeting an online friend's best friend who's not part of the online group. High risk in-person meeting on Sunday morning at 10, so I won't be streaming RimWorld at that time. Probably some other point this weekend I'll be streaming some RimWorld. I'll try to announce it or put it somewhere. But I'm scouting somebody. But interesting because they're also like the first other Aero Ace person I've ever met. And they said like they go on bar crawls in their D&D campaigns and they're forced their DM to homebrew bar crawl rules. And I'm just like, perfect. My current D&D campaign, we are fermenting us some yogurt and trying to sell yogurt as a side hustle during the campaign, which is going middling, by the way. Yogurt, not a big market in Barovia. So it's a question of like scouting somebody out for a D&D campaign is like, it's kind of like, are you willing to commit to this person for 2 years? It's kind of what you're asking yourself. And it's a big commitment, bigger than most other ones. Oh my God. Expanding. I love these guys. I love manga titles because the blame falls at the feet of isekai when the blame really falls at the feet of the there's like 2 major websites for publishing light novel web novels. And on those, and the way the listings for your novels are printed on the fanfics and the self-published websites, there's no descriptions. So all you have are the titles of the work as your only form of advertisement, which is why you get these super long titles, because like that's the only way to describe to people what's the content of your web novel for them to read. And as we've gotten this pipeline of online web novel, actual published light novel, manga adaptation, anime adaptation, that linkage for that long title and why it exists gets lost in that process, but the long name sticks around. So that's why we get super long. We've been getting a lot more of the super long names because this web novel, light novel, manga, anime pipeline has started to develop for content to churn through anime content. We're seeing a lot more so than we used to see. So it's an interesting like path to get there, which I find fascinating in terms of like a content creator sort of way. But I keep getting distracted. Of course, I get distracted. That's the whole point, is to be getting distraction. So we're here on Friday. I might stream on Saturday. I might stream Sunday afternoon. Sunday I have to pack. Saturday I need to paint my nails, which if you haven't done it is like a 3-hour process. And then from Monday, I'll be out of town Monday through Friday. I'll have a schedule up on Sunday night for this. At Adult Summer Camp, me and my friends are renting a cabin, and we're going to be on a river, and we're going to go tubing, and we're going to sit in a hot tub and watch the Perseid meteor shower, and we're going to get blasted with various substances, and we're going to watch bad movies. I'm bringing my contribution to the bad movies is Repo, the Genetic Opera, which I bought on DVD for $6. Worth it. And so that's actually Adult Summer Camp up till Thursday. And then on this day, I am seeing Weird Al in concert on Thursday. I'm very excited to see Weird Al in concert. I've never seen him in concert. It is me continuing my Do I Like Concerts personal journey, where I saw Ado earlier this year. I'm seeing Weird Al right now, and I'm seeing Leifei later this year, who honestly, I know it's Leifei or Leve. I think Leve. It's Icelandic. In my head canon is Laufey, and I will never change it. I will never change it. Call me a fake fan, if you will, but I've listened to all of her albums. I'm going to see her in concert. I'm a huge fan, but I'm going to pronounce it wrong permanently. Until I was 36, 37, 35. I never went to a concert until I was in my late 30s. I went to two concerts, I guess, in undergrad. One was Death Cab for Cutie played in one of our gyms, effectively, which is weird. And I saw 3 at a stretch in undergrad. I saw Death Cab for Cutie. I saw a meme band who I forget their name, but they were like a flash in the pan. And then I saw Modest Mouse at Bumbershoot in 2009. But then I haven't seen any like concerts for honestly my entire life. I've seen some symphonies. So I saw the Stardew Valley Symphony, for example. And I saw a Ghibli symphony, the Ghibli Symphony with Joe Higashi's symphony in concert, but that's different than like a concert, right? But I saw Ado. It was my first concert, like actual rock type concert I saw 2 months ago. And then I'm seeing Weird Al in a week. Oh shit, in a week. Rosietta and Laufey. Because I am not certain I enjoy concerts yet. Like I've been to one actual concert. I saw Twerp. TWRP. I saw Twerp last year at a small venue, and I'm not sure I enjoy concerts yet, but I'll go through these. So this is a pretty big span of types of concerts, and I'll see if I like them. I'm not sold yet on whether I like concerts or not, but I'm giving it the college try for. I'm also seeing Stardew again. The Symphony of Seasons. I'm giving the old college try again to see if I actually enjoy them. But that's on Weird Al. Well, it's also Weird Al. He's getting not cover. I don't even know the word is for. Intro. His intro is Puddle's Pity Party, which is a sad clown cover band. I'm going with a friend who sees a lot of concerts. Like he has deep opinions about different venues. He sees the Decemberists every time they come through. He saw My Chemical Romance recently, and a bunch of them. So a big concert goer I'm going with for Weird Al. And then I'll come back on Friday. So I might stream on Friday, like this. I might stream definitely on Saturday or Sunday. I think I might have something planned this day, maybe on Saturday. But adult summer camp's gonna be a lot of fun. Just hanging out with friends in an Airbnb on a river in the middle of nowhere. It's gonna be like 95 degrees. With a bunch of normies. They're gonna bring like outdoor things and floats. I'm gonna be in the sun. I'm gonna touch grass. I'm gonna probably get sunburned. We'll probably cook meals together and go to restaurants. We might go see The Naked Gun, and then if there's a theater within an hour range of us, which there might not be because we're going to the middle of nowhere. Keshawn tour would be great. I did try to get Taylor Swift tickets, but like, good luck to me. That was impossible. So I'm kind of like, I'm seeing people, also Spotify is doing a better job of saying like, hey, this band you like is on tour in your area. You should go check them out. So maybe like that does help. So I might go try some more bands. The problem is when they cost like $200 for a ticket, you're just like, if they were all like $25, I'd probably go see more bands. I'll be honest. I'm also walking distance to like a venue or two now, so that might help. Or easy bus distance to some of the popular venues in the Seattle area. So I might go see more. But at the moment, I've not seen many. I didn't start going to see concerts until like a year and a half ago. So it's time to see them. I've noticed going with friends always enhances the experience. Bring earplugs. Kish on tour. My ex was big into K-pop, and she saw Stray Kids on tour, and that was watching her buy tickets for Stray Kids. If you've never seen anyone try to buy tickets for a popular K-pop band, it is an absolute slaughter. Absolute slaughter. But I didn't go to that because I didn't want to go see Stray Kids in concert. Nor was I invited. Oh, it's fine. I didn't need to be invited anyway. Experience is pretty limited. I would definitely say Taylor Swift on tour if it was even remotely possible to buy tickets, but we all know it's not remotely possible to buy tickets to those. Unless I think the reselling of those was like $2,000, and it was like, you're behind a pillar, and you're just like, no, not gonna do that. But anyway, so Weird Al next week. I've been a fan of Weird Al, probably the artist the musical artist I've been a fan of maybe the longest has been Weird Al. I was so excited. I remember being so pumped when Running with Scissors came out. Like, me and my friends would listen to it in my bedroom on like my little CD player when it was a brand new album. It was so good. It was so good. I still have all my Weird Al CDs in my folder of old games and ancient relics of media. I don't even own a CD player though. You're back. That was fast. I'm still wrapping up. I was listening to my adult summer camp plans for the next week. So I'll be gone Monday through Friday. I might stream Friday evening, next Friday, because we are coming back in the morning because the northbound major freeway shuts down like 5 p.m. on Friday. So if we do not get back home by 5 p.m. on Friday, we are kind of fucked. Because once that freeway shuts down, it will make a like 4-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive from Portland take like 8 hours. And at that point, you just kill yourself. You just park your car on the side of the freeway and you lie down and you give up. It's the only option. It's the only real option. Or you're like, you know what's faster? Faster is to go to the Olympic Peninsula, drive up to Port Townsend, take the Clipper to Victoria, from Victoria, drive to Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, BC, and then drive south to Seattle. That would be faster than trying to drive on I-5 North when they shut it down. Or just give up, and fall down. So hopefully I make it back in time for a Friday stream. We're gonna talk about adult summer camp. Yay! Yay! Good chance though, I just get hella hungover and I just come back and I'm just an absolute zombie. And by small chance, I mean very high chance. Like, this is going to be the weekend of hedonism and excess. I thought, like, sometimes they do. Like, Ado, when she first came to her first global tour, the closest she got to me was Los Angeles. And she sold out. But she actually came to, well, she didn't come to Seattle. She came to Tacoma. Like, let's be honest. Tacoma and Seattle are different places. Tacoma is a real place with real people live there. I know some great people who live in Tacoma. 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. It's a real city. It has a dome. I just came nearby. Weird Al actually has one tour date near Seattle, but I'm actually going to the Portland show instead. Because my friend who's big into venues was like, that venue in Seattle sucks. Absolutely sucks. We're going to the one near Portland. I'm like, okay, buddy. We're going to the Portland one. And we're staying with his parents in Vantucky. Laffy though, major, these are major venues, so that's gonna be easy. Yeah, some people who live in Tacoma, great people. I know some great individuals who live there. And presumably other people too. One can assume. Just sharing it with the Tacoma aroma. Look, if I'm heading back on I-5 North and I-5 North gets shut down in Seattle and I'm stuck in JBLM or Tacoma for more than 15 minutes, I'm just going to say, let's pull over, find some hotel and spend the night in Tacoma and not deal with this. Or I'll be like, I'm just going to get out of the car on the freeway with my stuff and walk to hotel. Because I'm not spending 3 hours in I-5 traffic ever again. I think you mentioned you have some family in Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor, I think I have an uncle who lives there. I never talked to, nor ever want to talk to again. One of those sorts of relatives, you know. And Gig Harbor's nice. I like the boats. Cool sailboats on there. You get across the Tacoma Narrow Bridge. I love the Tacoma Narrows Bridge because it was used as the first one. is used in every single undergrad physics class to talk about harmonic motion. Like, if you hit a harmonic motion and you hit resonance, this is what happens. And this is not just some academic exercise. Here's a clip of a bridge collapsing. Thank you to Comaneros for serving as an example in every physics class in existence. We appreciate your sacrifice. And the people who were filming on it and not getting off of it as the deck collapsed. But that is Thursday. We are here Friday. So my only concern is I have a package. I have some anime figurines coming in that are currently at the USPS distribution facility and might arrive sometime when I'm let's get the pen. Will arrive at my condo probably sometime when I'm out of town. And I'm just hoping to beyond hope that they deliver them inside the lobby and not outside. Because I do not want people to steal my Megumin figurine or my Ching Shui figurine. I'd be heartbroken. I'd be heartbroken. I'm waiting 4 months for these things to ship. Absolutely devastated. Someone steal my package of precious anime figurines. But I should wrap things up. Yeah, I should do that. I should probably have them hold packages. You know what? That actually was something I meant to do. I thought about that like during lunch today. I'm like, oh, I should put in a package mail hold for these 4 days. Ho, ho, ho. And then it probably left my mind. It just flitted right out of there. What's it? 8th? To-do list 9th. I also have a new pair of glasses coming in on Tuesday-ish. So get those on hold would be great. Would be great. So let's review. So I had one crazy diagram of my life timeline. I had a weird financial drawing. We had eye makeup, haircuts, my upcoming plans, adult summer camp. Pretty good drawing stream. It was a good chatting stream. I think having a drawing pad makes up for not being able to talk with my hands. That's why I like it. I like to be able to draw things. It's fun. You can hold the pen. I get to wear my cool 3-fingered drawing glove and feel like I'm a cool Chunibyo character. Should get matching one for the other hand. Really lean into it. But the pen was used exactly. I used Procreate. But I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm going to go cook my Japanese curry for dinner. It should be good. Pretty easy to cook, so it's not like that big of a deal. Thank you everyone for joining me today on this chatting stream. I always enjoy my chatting streams. To be honest, I enjoy almost all of my streams except for my stupid pawns and rimworld get them stupid selves killed by stupid mechanoids. Still mad about that. Awesome, thank you for following as well. Hope everyone has a great weekend. If I don't stream Rimworld and don't see people then, I'll be back next week. After my vacation, I'll come back sunburnt, hungover, and hopefully feeling pretty good about things. We'll find out. We'll find out. Touching grass is a risk. So have a great weekend. Have a great week, and I'll catch everyone next time I stream. Bye-bye, everybody.